Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight we have to talk about bear market survival secrets, of course. And you know what bear market means. We're going to get into it. If you're new here, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for waiting for me a little bit. Had some things to do last minute because there's all kind of activity going on with regards to SSN lifestyle and some other things and other plans going on. So thank you for waiting. And once again, please smash the like button. And that's so the YouTube gods know that we're in the house here on YouTube. And during the course of this live stream, if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel, click the all notification bell. And also, if you received the YouTube trailer, please let me know. If you saw the trailer, got the notification, please let me know. And if you saw the trailer, please let me know. All right, let's see who's in the house tonight. It looks like Wilson Koo is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he has the icon, which means he's a member of the channel. Thank you so much, Mr. Koo, for being in the house. He has his tagline ready, ladies and gentlemen. And it says, "Good evening, Mr. Bird and SSN family. 100% facts. I sell money." That's right. If you need loans, if you need to make money, that's what he does. He's in the lending business and also the business opportunity business as well. So therefore, anything you can imagine with regards to loans, he can help you, ladies and gentlemen. He sells money. So if you need to get in contact with him, all you have to do is send me an email at support@stopstrugglingnow.com. That means real estate, all different types of real estate deals. You can get it done. If we're talking about even buying businesses, you can get that done. If you're even talking about, hey, I have land or something and I might want to lease it, well, he may have a business opportunity for you still. So again, if you want to get in touch with them, support at Stop Struggle. You can go to quickeasyfunds.com. Everybody who's in the house right now, that can chat. I'm just going to put quickeasyfunds.com in here so you can go check them out. All right. You can always hit them up there. That's an easy way for you. So once again, Wilson Koo, thank you so much for being in the house. And by the way, Wilson Koo, if you're watching this and have a little bit of time, some people are getting a little nervous over in the DR simply because it's not really so much nervous. It's just that if things cost $100,000, they put down 30%, so it's 70%, which that's on the teeter right now. And then they raise the price, let's say 10%, because they can go 0 to 10% on most contracts. So now it's 110 that they owed, not 100, but yet they still have a 70. Well, they still only put down 30,000, but they owe 80 now. That's the thing right there. 3 goes into 8, almost 30%, but it doesn't quite. So we're talking about 27%, which means 73, 74% loan to value. So let us know if you have any updates on international loans or if you have any updates on USA loans as well, because we have some people down in Miami and some other places, Texas and all that, that's also trying to do some pre-construction deals. Professor Auntie Val is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And she has the icon next to her name as well. And she has a tagline. Good evening, fam. She's giving it the heart and she's going with the strength. and the support. Thank you so much. Auntie Valen says she received a notification. At least we started it off. One person's received a notification. That's beautiful. Diesel Mike is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And welcome again with the icon next to his name. And he has a tagline too, ladies and gentlemen. And he says, good evening, Eric and SSN family. Good evening to you too. And he says, got both trailer and notification. That is awesome. Thank you so much for letting me know. Everybody who's watching this right here, quickeasyfunds.com. Now, let's get into these secrets, bear market survival secrets. Actually, bear market, a lot of people don't understand what that means because they relate it to bear down. That's when markets are going down, ladies and gentlemen, just like what's been happening in crypto, just like what's been happening in stocks for the last year. Don't be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. It hasn't been just 6 months the markets have been going down. It's been going down for the last year. All right. It's just that most people, we're not paying attention day to day to day to day because 6 months goes by and it's already going to be July in a few days. That's 7th month. All right. So it's already 6 months that the stock market has been going down, where Dow Jones has been over 12, 13, 14% down by itself. Another index down 35%. Another index down about 17, 18%. So overall, if you start averaging things together, add them all up, then divide it by 3, they're like over 20%. Well, a bear market, ladies and gentlemen, is when indexes drop 20% or more. They've already dropped 20%. Especially year over year. All markets have dropped 20%. The last one that's going to fall is real estate. So what's the secret? The secret is you're going to have to, first secret number 1, be patient. That's the first thing. No matter what asset class you're going to invest in over the next year, you're going to have to ride it out and be patient. The only people that should be buying anything are the guys that got us into this situation to begin with. The Federal Reserve, corporations buying their own stocks. They're the only ones. You should not be helping these guys out. I know a lot of people are saying I did the dollar cost average. Well, that's nice. You can do your own due diligence and your own investing. But I still going to say, maybe think of things in a different way. What if you don't have to dollar cost average because things have already dropped 20, 30, 40, 50% in some instances? Does it really matter if it drops or if it goes up another 5%? Not really, because if the market is actually going to go up, it's not only going to go up 5%, it's going to go up 10, 15, 20, 25 just to get back to where it was 8 months ago. It's got to move dramatically. So if something happens where they go up like 3, 4, 5%, 10%, now you might want to wake up and say, okay, maybe something's happening here. But let's put things in perspective. One of the secrets here that I'm invoking is, number 1, patience. No reason to step in on a falling knife, as they used to say, and still do say. No reason to step in when there's blood in the streets and you're going to step in the blood and say, hey, I want in. Why? You don't have to. All the financial signals are signaling markets are going to go down. Everybody's out here trying to do predictions. Let's just go with normal situation. All right. QE for the last 13 years. Fed has been backing all the banks, all the hedge funds by buying up their debt and letting them borrow some more again so they can buy up shares of stock. That's why the stock market went skyrocketing over the last 13 years. All right. This isn't rocket science, but there's a cost because you're printing money. So now we have inflation, right? Well, again, remember what I used to always say and still say, the top 10 percenters always mess up because they get greedy. This is the time that it's going to be very hard for the lower 70%, but take your shots when they come, but no reason to step on the falling knife right now. Let them guys wallow in their mistakes. No reason. All right. So even if somebody comes on CNBC and starts talking, Warren Buffett, Gates, whoever they want to bring on there, just ignore these guys. They want you to put more money in is what they really need you to do to keep their stock prices up. to keep values up. That's the whole deal here. Remember, these guys are out here borrowing against their stocks. All right. Just keep that in mind. They're borrowing against their Bitcoin. They're just digging these deep ass holes because the Federal Reserve always has bailed them out. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The Federal Reserve still bailing them out. You don't believe the Pied Piper, do you? All right. So all I'm saying is just keep in mind, things are not what they appear to be. The next domino to fall, be patient, is real estate. All right. There's no way around it. Wilson Koo showing some love. He says evening at Auntie Val, Diesel M. Thank you for that. Diesel Mike says good evening at Wilson Koo, showing back some love. That's what we do here in the SSN Nation, in case you're unfamiliar with what we do around here. Nothing but love in the house, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So what other type of secrets can there be? Well, it's very simple. Why don't we go into inflation? All right. Now, here's the funny thing. Gold, silver, precious metals, they've been silent over the last year. Somehow inflation has went, if you went last 2 years, my nearest guesstimation, even though I'm not an economist, but I play one on YouTube. But here's the thing. If you go by 15% year over year, that's 30% inflation in 2 years. If you're being, in my opinion, conservative, I think it's really like 40. So therefore, these guys are out here playing us, and inflation means you now have to start thinking about cost, what you're buying. So patience is number one. Number two secret is you have to start looking at your expenses and saying, hey, you know what? I got to cut down. I got to cut back, because you're going to need those bullets. You're going to need those duffel bags of cash, because you're going to be sore and upset if something drastic happens like the Great Depression, and all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, that $600,000 house is down to $200,000. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, because that's not my prediction, of course. But what I'm saying is that would be Great Depression situations right there. Again, Gino Chimiente's picking worse than the Great Depression. I'm picking a little bit on the high side of the Great Depression. But either way, if it goes really bad, you're going to do what a lot of other people are doing, like they're telling you to do. Sit there and say, hey, you know what? That house that was $600,000, it dropped down to $300,000. Don't you go over there, go buy that now. Even though interest rates are going to be 10% or 11%, go buy that now. And you're going to think, yeah, that's right. It dropped 50%. But what if it dropped another 20, 30% on top of that, and you could have bought it at 200 instead of 300? That is the potential of what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. So you're going to have to figure out your dollar cost average, secret number two. Even though number one, be patient. No reason to do the stock market dollar cost average. No reason to even do crypto dollar cost average. Is there really? You saw that rally last week. Crypto jumped up as well. You guys understanding that crypto and the stock market are one and the same? You understand that these banks are trying to get a hold of as much crypto as they can so they can manipulate that as well. So what else is going to be new? They're basically manipulating that, not going to use your money to invest. It's that simple, right? So that's the thing. Okay, we got some new people showing up. Here we go. Something new. I gotta hold off, because I saw something very interesting, and unfortunately, I already know the news that this person is going to talk about. I was hoping it was going to be like 5%, but it looks like 7%. Wilson Koo got the notification, seen the trailer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is 2 people, 3 people that has seen the notification and trailer. So let me know if you've seen it, ladies and gentlemen. We have more. That's based on SSN Lifestyle. But you notice I'm in the videos. All right. Elizabeth Gonzalez, this is what I just saw. So I had to cut my little rant short, because number 2, no need to do dollar cost averaging right now, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I called on any crypto, real estate, stocks. No need. The only thing you may want to do dollar cost average on is gold, silver, and precious metals, because they have been kept down. Again, they've manipulated it, ladies and gentlemen. I called the legal department. Hello, Elizabeth Gonzalez. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here and also giving me this great news. In fact, Elizabeth Gonzalez, Can you send me over the Panorama legal team if you have their phone number? Can you send me their phone number to support@stopstrugglingnow.com? That's the email, support@stopstrugglingnow.com. Send me that email, a phone number if you have it, because I need to call them myself too. I called the legal department from Panorama Luxury this morning, I'm assuming. I don't know if that's Panorama Luxury or not. But if it is, they just came out this morning and was told I have the option to sign a new contract stating the 7% increase, or I can walk away and get all my money back with no penalty. Interesting. I had a feeling this may be an option. This is going to be interesting, ladies and gentlemen, because Victor Marrero was asking about this last week. And quite frankly, we're in a situation where I don't know what I would ultimately do, because here's the thing. I just keep remembering that lady that bought her condo for $264 in 2006, 2007, whatever it was in that area. And all of a sudden, all the property values went down to 80, 70 due to the 2008, 2009 real estate crisis, basically financial crisis, because they use leverage. So this is very, very interesting. That means that decision or that choice has come up. That's interesting. Wow. Also interesting, 7%. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in case you're not familiar, this is in the Dominican Republic at Vista Cana. I heard that if Panorama L's doing 70%, I've also heard Panorama Lakes. Oh, that's Lakes. I thought it was luxury. So it's Lakes. That's what it is. All right, never mind. I see it down here at the bottom. She put it in. I was just thinking the other one's L2. Panorama Lakes is 7%. That means all Panorama properties are going to be 7%. Clearly. All right. So now that 123 is 10 G's more. 132, 133. So the question is, do we think that the impact of a real estate reversal is going to impact DR like it did in 2008, 2009? I don't know. That's the hardest thing, because they're doing the reverse, the opposite of what normally would happen. So in other words, unless they're having the developers who were doing the downtown projects and who's building up around the DR, whether it's in Sosua, Cabarete, it doesn't matter, Bajaíbe, no matter where it is, if the developers are stopping and people are not going to be buying, then that means the price could go down. Similar to what happened to the lady that bought for $264, and it took 13 years before she could sell it, because all she wanted was $264, but she was getting her rent. So that's going to be very interesting. That's interesting. That means everybody's going to have that same opportunity. Victor Marrero, hi all. Let's do this. He's in the house using his tagline, one of two taglines, by the way. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he has the icon next to his name. He's also interested, as well as I am, in the DR situation. This is going to be very interesting, because I got to tell you right now, if inflation continues, which it will, 7% is what they're saying now. The Lakes is actually being built, but it's not even done. So therefore, the prices for everybody else, the luxuries, gardens, everybody else, we could be in a higher, we could be all the way up to the 10% number. That's the problem. Wow. Hey, Elizabeth Gonzalez, please let me know, is your lake unit done? Because I saw buildings. I didn't see a model yet, which is interesting. They're taking their sweet time, but let me know if when's your delivery date? I didn't realize it was this soon. Definitely. All right. Thanks. So it is Lake. Yeah, I was thinking luxury because I forgot the other one was called Lake. I was thinking luxury. But that just means everybody's price is going to be increased. It's not going to be just for that. All right. So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you have any bear market survival secrets that we should know about. Well, here's number 3, and you guys may not like it because we've talked about it a little bit before. All right. So here's the thing. You're going to have to start some sort of business. That's what I'm saying. doesn't matter what type of business, except there's going to be plenty of opportunities because people are going to need something. This is one of those times. We don't have courses here in the SSN Nation, the SSN Academy, the SSN University to sell you a course. But there may be something that you may want to do that you have expertise in, where you need to start writing down how you can monetize it, how you make money at what you're doing, and then start selling it, because a lot of people are going to be out of jobs, even more people. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to need to make extra money. That's what you're going to have to focus yourself on. You're going to have to start thinking about business, ladies and gentlemen. There's just no way around it. Everybody's going to have to be in business. When you start talking about 200 million people is in the lower 70 percentile on the wealth scale, that ought to give you red alerts all over the place, because that means there's a whole bunch of people that's going to need to make extra streams of revenue, income, start businesses. And I guess that's just a lead up to what I'm going to be talking about here shortly, SSN lifestyle. But we'll get into that in a second. Now, down below in the description, I don't have Opus Virtual Office, which is very, very interesting. But again, if you're going to start a business, I suggest, if you're starting a business out of your home, I suggest you use a virtual office. The one I use is Opus Virtual Office, $99 a month. If you prepay a year in advance, it costs less. And I have the promo code down below, everybody on podcast, YG1. And I just added Opus Virtual Office link down below. And don't forget, get your free shares of stock. We talked about this on every live stream. I'm going to talk about it right now, because stocks are in a bear market. They're going down. If somebody said to you, hey, here's 6 free shares of stock, it doesn't matter if the shares of stock are $3 each or $5 each or $10 each. It's still free shares of stock. But every now and then they give you an Apple, they give you a Tesla, they give you a Microsoft. All right, let's just call it what it is. But it's rare. 1 out of probably 1 million people. But nonetheless, free shares of stock are free shares of stock. And you don't know what's going to happen after the bear market, after a recession, after near Great Depression levels. Some of those stocks that you got for free may be valuable. So down below, get your Webull, get your Robinhood, free shares of stock. And if you're talking about crypto, which also you might as well get free shares of crypto, right? Free crypto from Coinbase if you haven't already. I don't know why. It's $10. But nonetheless, $10 a Bitcoin is $10 a Bitcoin. If Bitcoin doubles, triples, or does something crazy like Sailor's talking about, $100,000 in year number 2 from now or something, then that $10, okay, it's worth 100. But nonetheless, at least you're in the game, and it's Coinbase. And then you have Webull, has Shiba. The links are down below. All right. And speaking of that, you guys know I'm on the free Bitcoin thing, right? Crypto tabs. You know I'm on that. So I got to add that link down below in the description. And I'm going to do that here shortly. But let me know something. Who else? Has anybody else received any information? Because I've actually been trying to reach out to Johan, who's like the busiest lawyer in all of the DR, and trying to figure out. And Panorama won't send back any messages, so I never even had their phone number. So now I can call them. This is good news. This is good news. All right, here we go. Just me. The only way I would take the Galaxy money back is if they decide not to build. Otherwise, I won't accept, because I won't be able to buy anything with all those amenities for less than $300K. See, that's it, Victor Marrero. I see, that's the conundrum right now. And why, in fact, why don't you tell me, did they ever explain why they've moved back like 2 years? I mean, I understand, but they're building the other units. So why are they still back? Still talking about even next year in December, I think you told us that they're talking about. So that's almost like 3 years that they've removed it back. And so why? And the thing is, if they didn't already get the materials, then the materials have already went up 30-40%. So I don't know how they're going to be able to sell the Galaxy for the same price, or they're just prolonging, not wanting to tell people that, hey, man, you know, you bought this thing for $200,000 and we need an extra 50 or 60 I mean, that's crazy right there if they did that. Hey, boss, Vanessa Comma Gates in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. She has the icon next to her name and she has the taglines. Hey, boss and SSN fam. And she received the notification. That means we're up to number 5 tonight. Again, if you're new here, please smash the like button so the YouTube guys know that we're in the house. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. We're approaching 14,000 subscribers, which is awesome. So I want to thank everybody. And please share the videos because these are going to be very valuable, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people talk about certain things, but we actually talk about how we can do solutions around here. All right. Even when things go bad and even when things go good, we have playbooks for all of it. All right, Leah Dennis is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon as well. In case you don't know what the icon means, that means they're members of the channel. So thank you so much for your support, all members of the channel with the icons. And she has her tagline in tow, showing nothing but love as usual. Good evening, boss man. Auntie Val, good evening again. Victor M, Diesel Mike, Wilson Koo, Elizabeth G. I also received my notification. We're up to number 6, ladies and gentlemen. We're halfway home to a record, so that's pretty awesome. All right, Vanessa Comagate says it better than I. Hit the likes, people. Hit the likes. Press on it. Thank you so much for that. All right, good evening, Leah and Vanessa from Professor Auntie Val, showing nothing but love in the house here in the SSN Nation, SSN Academy, SSN University. All right, so Victor Morero, let me know about that because I just don't see how they're going to be able to build it at the price that they were selling it for, because you got a hell of a good price for the Galaxy, like you're saying, and with all the amenities, and I just can't see. I mean, I don't understand what the delay is, but let me know what that delay is, because I haven't heard anything about why they keep going back and back and back. Hello, Leah. Good evening from Victor Marrero, showing nothing but love as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got up to number 3 on this tonight. I need to do something else because I wanted to add something. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run a promo, and then we'll be right back. All right. So SSN Lifestyle promo, in case you're not familiar with that. Oh, by the way, you guys going to get the first information about SSN Lifestyle. A new product's coming out. That's right. Okay. Products such as, let's just say, vacations. Those are on the site right now where you can actually refer people and make some commission. There's membership starting at free all the way up from $149.99, $349.99, $599, and then the Founders Club is off the chart. It's $27.99. It started at $23.50, I believe. It's went up a little bit because there's a $10,000 credit line that's at Intrigue Fine Jewelers waiting for you as a Founders Club member. You do have to put down 20% though, but you still can buy anything up to $10,000. It's included in your membership, unlike everybody else's. Founders Club is top dog. Founders Club also has a week that they can go to such places as Dominican Republic, in Punta Cana right now, and other places as well. There's more, so much more. The link's down below if you want to go check it out. But there's a new product coming out because you guys know. Not only do you have to have, well, we have gear too for SSN Life. I haven't donned that yet, but we have gear. There'll be some postings of that July 1st. So keep that in mind. We also have a new product. That's right. You have to have product, right? Health is wealth. Remember that. Not only do you need to make a little bit of money, not only do you need to go out and relax and have some fun and experience some new things that you might forget when you get older, but in the meantime, as long as you can remember, you're having a blast. You want to put yourself in those positions, right? That's why you're working hard. You don't want to work hard and sit there and say, well, I can only go for 4 weeks or 2 weeks or 1 week or no weeks. I don't know about you, but did you guys see that viral video about this guy that's worked somewhere at Burger King for 27 years and got pretty much nothing, never missed a day of work in his life? Apparently, I find this hard to believe in 27 years, but If that is very true, that is awesome. The workers gave him some, I guess it's Burger King workers, Burger King gifts, Reese's Pieces or something. I mean, is this? I mean, seriously? Some lanyard, some other stuff? This is why I started the SSN Lifestyle, because there's a lot of people getting abused financially. We're getting abused right now, and you didn't even know it over the last 13 years. The middle class is getting wiped out. So we have to have plans. That's why we have the Bear Market Survival Guide tonight. All right. So we're going to get into it, because here's what's going to happen. Bear Market Survival Guide means you're going to have to make actions. But back to that Burger King guy, guess what? GoFundMe page. Because people saw that. I can't believe the guy's not in management, apparently. Worked there 27 years. GoFundMe page was up to $150,000 for the man. Burger King didn't give the man nothing. I'm like, wait, how does the guy work there for 20 years get nothing, 25 years get nothing, and now 2 years later he posted a video, his daughter apparently, and I'm like, this is insane. This is what we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen, as workers. All right, you should be fighting for union rights. But I digress. What I was getting into, this is why we started SSN Lifestyle, by the way, and there's a new product coming out. And it's an actual product. It's a health product. That's right. Guess what else? You guys know sometimes how we have to do this. This is like one of a kind. It's not even on the market, ladies and gentlemen. Let me put it to you this way. There's things, right, that helps your body that a lot of people ignore, because you basically get your vitamins and nutrients from food. But food is tainted these days. So that's why most people try to get organics or all naturals. But even then, your body has to process it and break it down. So what people don't realize is when you go out here and buy capsules and you put a capsule, do you ever wonder why when they give you pain pills, you can go to the store and get like pain pills that are anywhere from 250 milligrams up to 500? Have you ever wondered why it's that much? Did you not study chemistry? You got to study chemistry. The reason why they have to do that is out of the 500 milligrams, you may be lucky to get around 50 to 70 after it goes through your system. That's why they have to give you 800 milligrams when they're giving you pain pills, and it's prescription only. And that's why you can get hooked on these things. And so therefore, you don't want that situation. So I don't know about you guys, but I'll try to start slowly for you. You guys have heard of a patch before, right? If you're familiar with medical situations, some people wear patches, whether it's for nicotine. Some people wear patches, whether it's for whatever other ailment or illness they have. And that patch actually leaches out into your bloodstream, right? That's how it works. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We have a product like this coming out with SSN Lifestyle, except it ain't no damn patch. All right? This is simply a pump. That's it. One squirt of a pump, and no smell, no parabens, no alcohol, no nothing. Made in the USA, sourced in the USA. And you guys got to understand the health benefits. I'm going to run a video. Actually, it's a video. You guys are getting first view. It's not out yet, but I'm just going to show you this little music. It's no voice on it yet. Just a little background music. I'll show you it. But you guys have to understand, it's complex. So when you're taking vitamins like any magnesium, for instance, right? Magnesium, D3, calcium, all that. And these vitamins are sitting there saying, again, they only have, because most of the time they're pills, they only have 100 milligrams, 200 milligrams, 5,000 IU, blah, blah, blah. But again, once you ingest it, your body breaks it down and you only getting like 10%, 15%. That's it. So when you're getting a pain pill and you're thinking, oh, it's 200 milligrams and you're thinking it's going to work, it ain't working. And that's why you need more. So people pop 2 or 3 of them at the same time. That's the reason why. You have to understand what's happening. All right. Your body breaks it down. Now, transdermal is basically on the same thing. So imagine, here's what basically lotion, when you hit lotion and rub it on your skin, that's transdermal. All right, same thing. But how about this? Lotion isn't designed to go through your skin to your blood. Transdermal is designed, ladies and gentlemen. So therefore, magnesium, you might want to check this out. I'm going to run a video. You guys will be able to see in a little bit. Magnesium, D3. You guys know what D3 does? Do you know what magnesium does to your system? In fact, you need magnesium. Some people are short on magnesium and don't even realize it. They're sitting over here all tired, lazy. They're sitting there depressed. Okay, I'll get into it later. You guys didn't know. Yes, I have other skills as well. Anyhow, this is how it's going to come out. Magnesium, D3, iodine. You guys have no idea about that. And MSM for your joints. That's right. MSM is for your joints, arthritis people, all that. That helps out with that. I'm just saying that's all in a product, one skirt every day, one time a day. Rub it on, your neck is close to your veins, right on your wrist is close to your veins, bottom of your feet close to your veins, areas underneath your belly, kind of. That's another spot. Every day, you might change spots every now and then, but nonetheless, it goes through your skin. It's designed that way. 100%. Again, no parabens, no bad stuff. Chemicals from USA, all natural, all good. That's what we do. Made in USA as well. You know how we do it around here. We're not going down to China, ladies and gentlemen, because you never know what them guys are going to be doing with your chemicals. I'm just saying. All right, let's go. Hold on. I'm going to do something. Hey, Professor Val and Leah, let's get our money, ladies. Exactly, Vanessa Comagate. That's very it. Leah Dennis says, hey, Vanessa K, sorry I missed you. Showing all the love in the house. Auntie Val, good evening, Leah and Vanessa. A3 Saval, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. He says, hello, everyone. And Eric, things are getting crazier. That's right, A3 Saval. It's going to be a nightmare. Bear market survival secrets. You know what? Somebody, ladies and gentlemen, put down in the chat room. Let me know if you think we're in a recession, or if you're listening to the news and believe what the news says, that they're saying a recession is going to be in 2023. Let me know when you think the recession has either started or is going to start. As far as I know, every time you go to the gas pump, I'm thinking prices have increased. Every time I go to the grocery store, I'm thinking prices have increased. What are these guys talking about a recession? Every time prices increase, I'm in a recession. That's negative for me. Interest rates going up, that's also negative for me. What is going on with this word salads that they're using these days? Talking about recession is coming in 2023. What? Is somebody smoking? I mean, come on. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm acting a little crazy out here. All right. It's horrible when you lose your life making a sandwich with too much mayo. Exactly, Vanessa Comagate. 27 years, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just like, that is crazy. And he's not management. That's the other thing that's crazy. At Burger King, knowing they had all this turnover there, and yet they're not going to put the guy in charge that never misses a day of work? How is that even possible? Sheesh, Victor Morero says supply chain after COVID. Yes, I always knew Galaxy was going to be the last project because of its luxury finishing. Interesting. Okay, but didn't they have like a 3-year or 4-year plan? Because they're past 4 years at this point. That's interesting. Because if they didn't buy those luxury finishings before COVID, geez, heaven only knows how much that's going to cost. As to the price, I hear you. Actually, they don't have to raise the price. All they have to do is to replace the Italian flooring they promised me for some local fake Italian lawyer. Right there. Oh my, Victor Marrero. I have to say that's pretty much it, because once the tile is laid, as long as you don't walk across it and hear that it's hollow, there's no way to tell. So, I mean, you're right. They could. I mean, seriously. Oh, Auntie Val, remember you need to balance potassium and sodium for the magnesium to work. Oh, iodine is potassium iodide. Exactly. Auntie Val is known as professor around here, and she knows a little bit about chemistry. Exactly. That's why there has to be that potassium iodide inside of it. You got it. That's what the iodine is. She's got it right, ladies and gentlemen. Right on. Now you know. Number one, Professor Auntie Val surprising me with the chemical, with the chemistry. Exactly right. She's exactly right. That's why they go together. Activation underway. Auntie Val, she's laughing. 2023 recession. Exactly. That's the way I feel about it, because we got a bear market survival secrets for knowledge, ladies and gentlemen. If you know what you're dealing with, then you won't panic. What you're going to be doing is stacking. You're going to be saying, okay, I need to make this move. I need to make this move while this stuff is teetering and going down the tubes. Because once it goes down the tubes, now what? When you have 20%, 30% more people unemployed, when you're going down to the grocery store every other week, every week, whatever you're doing, and finding out, damn, this thing just went up another 10, 20%. That's why you got to be right now at Sam's Club and all the rest of the places collecting some goods, fruits, canned items, items that last a long time, beans, and rice, canned goods. Like I said, this is what you need to do. Prepare. Also, anybody who's leaving the country and you're going to international waters, your ass better be getting yourself some of this medicals. Yeah, medical stuff. That's when I'm talking pills that you can't. Okay, look, like, like in fact, Victor Morero is going to be going to the DR, right? So when he's over there, he should go to the pharmacy. Why? Because you can get pain pills, you get antibiotics without prescription. You just roll into the pharmacy, load up again, because there's going to come a time where some of you are going to be rejected for your insurance. Just to go down and see a doctor is going to be a problem. So just think about it, especially if your job is part of your medical and healthcare. All right. These are bear market survival secrets a different way, because we have to think about overall, ladies and gentlemen. You just can't think about it's all about the money. It's all about your health as well. All right. If you get sick and you don't have a job, they're going to sit there and say, okay, where's your insurance? You don't have insurance. Then they're going to tell you, oh, that's $1,000 because you came in here. $500 for this visit. Crazy numbers. Then they're going to say, okay, let's go down here and get you some medicine. Then that medicine is going to be up there as well. I don't know how much medicine costs these days, but at any given moment, pharmaceutical companies, pharmacies can raise their prices any which way they want. You're going to be at their mercy. And the only ones that most likely people need are going to be pain meds and bacterial pills. That's it. All right. Especially in this day and age, there will be another situation with another COVID 20. There's no way around it. So keep that in mind. Bear market survival secrets. That's what we're talking about here. An employee got shot at Subway, seriously, for putting too much mayo on a sandwich. What? See, this is what we're saying, ladies and gentlemen. This is no joke out here. You're going to have to prepare for the worst. Even if it's not the worst, prepare for the worst, because then you'll be good on the other side. But if you're not going to be preparing yourself first right now, then if it does go bad and you're unprepared, it's going to be very bad. So knowledge is very, very important. You have to know what you're dealing with here. All these guys are trotting out on TV. That's why we call her Professor Val, baby. Exactly. Professor Auntie Val chimed in. I can't believe she chimed in with the ingredient, because I did say iodine, but then maybe she didn't know about the potassium. Yeah, iodide. But the point is, she said the right word. She goes, you need potassium. Yeah, I know. And to make the magnesium work. That's right. Oh my God. This is, in fact, this shocks me. This shocks me because most people are not into the chemistry, especially of what you're taking into your body. So this really shocks me that somebody would actually know what I'm talking about when I actually put those ingredients together and start saying it. And then she goes, yeah, don't forget about that potassium. Well, that's what we're using. Potassium iodide, iodine. That's what we're using. So that's the only way you can activate. All right. So beautiful. And then you can only have so many milligrams, by the way, just so let everybody know, micrograms in your systems. And it's going to be well below the numbers. That's why you can do it daily. So you can have like 300 milligrams per day or 350 and under, but we're nowhere near that. So it's more like a maintenance program, because once it's in your system, and also Professor Antival, since we're talking about a little iodine and stuff like that, your thyroid, ladies and gentlemen, is based on iodine is needed to coat your thyroid. So you might see some people that have this big fat thing here on their neck. That's because their thyroid has a problem and it's not processing, breaking down when it needs to break down. So that means you're deficient. And so that helps regulate your thyroid, by the way. So that's very, very important for your system to function, right? And then you start throwing in some D3 and stuff like that for your bones. That's right. You all get older. You want to make sure you're still able to go around instead of being in a wheelchair, right? If you can avoid that situation, because generally the older you get, you generally are going to have more free time. But we want to have free time now while you're younger. Remember when you can don that Superman and Superwoman cape? You don't want to have to barely be able to get around to enjoy life. And when you get older, you want to make sure you take care of yourself. What you intake is just like a computer. Junk in, not good. All right. But it's SSN Lifestyle, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm bringing you the products that's going to help you out. And also the products are going to break down where there's going to be like a D3, magnesium. There's going to be a sprinkle in, because we got to have the sodium, potassium iodide in there. So that'll be sprinkled in. Then we're going to have where it's going to be broken down into MSM, D3, because your bones and all that, you want to make sure you don't have arthritis if you can avoid that. All this is good. By the way, you guys, you know how this always works, where these guys start doing pharmaceutical numbers when they say, hey, we're going to charge these people ungodly amounts of number because they receive commission. No, ladies and gentlemen, the only one on the only one that's going to be on the market, SSN Lifestyle. This is awesome, I think. Professor Antival. All right, let's go. Promo, ladies and gentlemen, 47 minutes in. Please, once again, smash the like button, share the video, bring your friends. And if you like what we're talking about so far, come back on Wednesday night at 8:50 p.m. But on Wednesday night, in order to be in the chat room, you have to have an icon next to your name. You got to be a member. Only members can be in the chat room on Wednesday night. But if you don't like that, then come back Friday night at 9:10 p.m. And it's just like tonight. Everybody can be in the chat room. And if you have any questions, hey, you can ask them in the chat room. No worries. All right, let's do a little SSN promo. Be back in a second. Let's go with yeah, why not?
Come on, come on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, life is too short. You never know what's going to happen, so you got to enjoy yourself. All right, let's get into it again. Bear market survival secret. What goes up must come down. And that's what's happening right now. When you blow a balloon up, everything comes down. So don't be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. Just because the market went up last week, they fooled you. They fooled some of you. Some of you said, oh, here's the time for me to jump back in. It's starting to rise back up. And then today they said, not so fast. We're stair stepping down. If you missed my last video, I actually showed you how it stair stepped down in 1929, 1930. Same type of situation that's happening right here. First, you lose 20%, then you lose 30%, then you go up 5%, then you lose another 10%, then you go up 3%, then you lose another 10%. For 3 years, that's what was happening. All right. Except things were in much dire straits back then. First of all, you only had maybe 20 million people that actually even had a job. So it wasn't like, there was 200 million or 150 or 110 million people. So that was a problem. Third of all, because the infrastructure was no infrastructure, they had to make the New Deal. So therefore, where are you going to get money from when you're broke? You're going to be devalued around the world. And again, you guys know I went over the video. Again, when you do isolationism, where you don't trade with other countries, that means nobody's going to be buying your goods and services. You're putting up a blockade on yourself. That's nonsense. That's crazy. So that was all in the mix. So when you did all that, that's why you could not get out of it, even if the Federal Reserve and the government was borrowing money. All right. They had to release themselves from all that. We're in a similar situation right now. We have problems going on. People are defaulting. Banks are closing quietly. All of this. So when you have bear market survival secrets, you got to keep in mind knowledge is power. So let's go with number 5. Number 5. Oh, by the way, hold on a second. Before I get into number 5. Let me just make sure we're up to date here. Evening, Victor M, Vanessa K, Leah D, showing nothing but love from Victor Morrell, even with good evening, Wilson Koo. All right, Wilson Koo, before I forget, please let me know if you know anything about these offshore, international, Dominican Republic loans that could possibly be done. Let me know if they're 70%. Let me know if they're down to 60. Let me know, hell, they got to be down to 50 right now. I mean, this is insane. Let me know. All right. That's all I want to know. So anyhow, okay, ladies and gentlemen, item number 5, the little thing that's been sitting over there, you're going to have to pay attention. Crypto, gold, silver, precious metals, the things that have been tweaked for the last few years, losing. Well, gold and silver hasn't lost, but by rights, they should be double. But all I'm saying is you are going to have to pick a number and you're going to have to invest in whatever you want to regarding those 2 items. Now, you guys know I only believe like 5% or less for gold and precious metals. But let's just face facts. They've manipulated over the last 20 years. They can't manipulate it forever. And the fact that they're still around, silver's still around $20 an ounce somehow. Gold's around 1,800. I mean, this is absurd. All right. This is crazy, crazy stuff. If somebody woke up out of a coma over the last 12 years and go, yeah, I bought gold when it was $1,300 an ounce in 2010, man, here it is. We're like looking like a recession. Oh man, my gold's got to be worth what? 4 or 5 G's. And you tell them, hey man, it's only worth 1,800. He's like, wait, over 10 years, it only went up $500 an ounce, $600 an ounce. Yeah, that's it. He'd be like, how's that possible? I know inflation, I just read, was like 15 to 20% the last 2 years alone. He'd be like, exactly. He's like, what about the other years? I mean, what inflation was like, what, 1% or something? I mean, he would be going crazy. He'd be the same guy that you go, hey man, that $18, $20 an ounce that I bought at the end of 2011, 2012, it's still only $21 an ounce. What are you talking about? How's this possible? And how come we're in debt like 30 some trillion dollars when we were only in debt 20 some trillion? He'd be like, how's this? It would be like the loony bin he would be thinking he's in. He'd be thinking he's dreaming. He'd be sitting there saying there's no way. But all of that depression, ladies and gentlemen, all of this in these markets, pay attention. Again, as I started out, no need to buy a falling knife, but you're going to have to put up some alerts. Wherever you want to buy at, put that alert up. All right. Okay. Here we are. Curtis Davis is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to his name. And he says a different tonight. No tagline. He says they got control, manipulation. Exactly. They have control. Do you think they want you to win? They want people like me, Vanessa, and you, and everybody else here in the SSN Nation. They want us to bust our ass without socialism. They want us to do capitalism, risk our own hard-earned money. And if we fail, we lose our hard-earned money. They're not going to sit out here and give us after we're like in debt and say, hey, we're going to buy up your debt. We're going to loan you at 1% to make you all good. No, that's not going to happen here, is it, ladies and gentlemen? Hell no. We have to do it the old-fashioned way. Earn it. And Mr. Financial's in the house tonight. And he didn't miss, he missed his tagline. ABMM, always be making money. That's what you have to think about here, ladies and gentlemen. That's item number 6, by the way. That's what you're going to need to do. And by the way, Mr. Financial, he's always be making money and making sure that you guys get up to date because he has his own YouTube channel. We got to try and help him monetize that, ladies and gentlemen. It's under Chilly Davis, Chilly, Chilly Davis. Just go to that website on YouTube, check him out, subscribe to the channel. He gives updates throughout the day and even in the evening time because you guys know there's futures, right? Stock futures come out. So you kind of know what's going to happen the next day at 4 a.m. in the morning. You get an early start potentially. You can potentially make some moves before everybody else while they're sleeping. Chilly Davis keeps people up to date. So you got to check him out, ladies and gentlemen. He's doing the damn thing. So thank you so much for being here once again, Mr. Curtis Davis, a.k.a. Mr. Financial. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think because only a couple people chimed in and said recession laugh in 2023. Right. I want to know, is this a recession right now? Or is the recession next year like they're trying to tell us on the news? Lull you to sleep, thinking what you're seeing, what you're spending, what all this heartache is about is just a mirage. You're not in a recession. Nothing's happening until next year. The reason why they're saying next year is because it's going to take another year before the Federal Reserve gets the interest rate to the number that they need because they went so low. So they're going to have to get it. I mean, all they can do every 3 months, what are they going to do? 0.5, 50 basis points? You know how long it's going to take them to get up to the number they need? 7, 8, 9, 10%. I mean, that's going to be like 2023, 7 more times, 6 more times. They're going to have to increase the interest rate. That's the only way they're going to get another 3 percentage points or 2.5 percentage points. That's the only way. They're going to have to increase it every 3 months, which means real estate's going to get cheaper, which means developers are going to be looking for bailouts or just walking away because they have those contracts now where they can just cancel. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, it's getting treacherous out here. Don't get caught up. All right. Here's what I did right now. I just went to go check out the markets. This is weird. Why is this happening? Looks like a negative day, minor negative day. Just a tap on the shoulder to be like, hey, I just wanted to remind you, as far as I'm concerned, this ain't the time to buy. Other people might be going, oh, this is just a reminder, do some dollar cost average and buy something on this measly stuff here. Look, again, no reason to jump in, ladies and gentlemen. Let these guys fall down by themselves. We're going to pick up the pieces, all right? Because we're going to have to make that video, right? What was that I wrote it down, and I believe it was Wilson Koo that said it. Let the stealing from the rich begin. I'm going to have to make a video because I love that title. Let the stealing from the rich begin. So you're not shorting the market, right? Some of you may be, some of you may not be. But then how are you going to let the stealing from the rich begin? That's when they fall down. Again, I keep saying this. They are going to fall down. It's all going to come crumbling to your lap where you're going to have to make moves. But here's what happens. The have-nots can't make moves because they may not be financially able to. That's why right now you have to get yourself in position to be financially able to. And again, another check mark. Another check mark. SSN Lifestyle, ladies and gentlemen. Another check mark. All right. Markets. Once again, in fact, since I'm on the market page, why don't we do this? Since I did mention pre-market, right? So tomorrow, we're going to get a little preview here. Let's see what it looks like. So far, anything can happen over the next 6, 7, 8 hours, especially with whatever happens in the euro market and happening in Asia as we speak. This is like S&P mini. Okay, they're barely negative. Well, wait. Is that 1 point? Wait a minute now. They're showing, is that 1 point? Yeah, that's 1.86. Okay. It looks like we're mixed bag, but NASDAQ 4.5 mini. That's the NASDAQ mini. Okay. It looks like so far, who knows, this can change overnight, but it looks like there may be another little down day tomorrow. Stair step our way down. So here's the thing. They want you out here doing that dollar cost average because they want you to unload all your bullets. That's why I keep saying there's no reason to jump on the bandwagon. Let these clowns fall. All right? No reason. Let them bail each other out. Let them keep printing money. Let them keep buying up their debt, leveraging themselves to oblivion. But this is the opportunity of a lifetime. The wealth transfer is going to commence here, ladies and gentlemen. And you're just going to have to be prepared. Just don't jump on it real fast. There's a lot of people still out here buying real estate for some strange reason. Even though real estate has come down a little bit across the board nationwide, maybe in your neighborhood, you wouldn't know it. But it's happening, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the thing. They're keeping that right? So year over year, in fact, maybe I should just pull it up. But here's what I'm going to do. I have this little 3-minute promo, right? So we're going to show that in a second. The banks and private lenders calling. Please take cash. ERC loan, $753,000. We are recession as banks lay off mortgage lenders. Exactly. Mr. Financial saying exactly how it is. They don't see, like, look, let me show you something right here to the point I'm trying to make as well. You got to keep in mind, this is number 7. All the news, the financial news networks, literally they're feeding you information that's already a few months behind. All right. And now you can see the futures. It's in the red. Again, that's what it's showing, except for oil. It's at 110, which has actually dropped. But nonetheless, oil should probably stay there. Now, Nike tops Wall Street's expectations despite inflation in the U.S. and COVID lockdowns in China. Let me ask you, look, ladies and gentlemen, how is it that Nike beats expectations? Is it because they have more than just shoes that they sell? Probably. Because there's no way somebody should be out here buying $200, $150, $100, I don't even care, shoes. You should be going down to get $50 worth of rice and beans and canned goods, $100 worth of rice, beans, and canned goods, just in case. Toilet paper, just in case. That's all I'm saying. Just in case, because you can always use it, because when you come out of this, the wealth transfer is in your hands, because, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time. We're going to get more than 3% this time. Some of you may not understand what I'm saying, but here's what I'm about to tell you. All right. We're going to get more than 3% this time. What I'm trying to tell you is that once upon a time, the top 10% owned 92% of the stock market. Once upon a time. The top 10% now own 89% of the stock market. The difference is 3%. So once again, this is why I said we're going to get more than 3% this time, ladies and gentlemen, because when they start manipulating, doing quantitative easing, and the stock market goes up from 30,000 or 25,000 or 20,000 all the way up to some ungodly number, 50,000, you're going to want to take that ride. And that means you're going to own more than the 11%. We're trying to try and get up another 3%. So they only own 85% of the stock market this next time. But this time people are smarter. People have a way to buy in, not have to do a brokerage account. This time you got Webull and Robinhood. And if you haven't gotten your free stocks from them, down below in the description below this video, get your free stocks from Robinhood and Webull. Add to that number. Get these stocks. Get these EV stocks when they go down cheap, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Think about it. When Procter & Gamble, when Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, you're going to have to jump on these items, ladies and gentlemen. Ford, these companies that said, hey, we're going to go EV by 2025. That's only a year and a half from now. Or shall I say 2.5 years from now, because it's only 2022. So that's a short period. You need to be ready to pounce when these things drop even further. When new technology comes for batteries and their suppliers, you're going to need to jump on it. In fact, we had a member of the channel talk about Mullen. I can't remember. I think it was Drip Animal cryptocurrency. Mullen, actually, a West Coast company, battery technology, allegedly has a battery that can outperform everybody right now. We'll see. But nonetheless, their stock's under like $10. It's not that much. It's worth a risk. But here's what's happening behind the scenes. And then I'm going to show you Curtis Davis. We processed about 40 of those loans, and now look out for the SSBCI. There you go. Exactly. Vanessa Comagate processing the loans, making it happen. I just want to show you one last thing. Here's what's on. In fact, that's not even the front page. This isn't the front page. Look. This is what. Look. Here's what I'm trying to say. Investors could do a lot worse than FedEx here. Jim Cramer says. See, they're going to start trotting out this stuff like invest in FedEx, invest in all these companies. Hell, all these companies generally have lost 20, 30, 40, maybe 50% of their stock price to begin with. This isn't a far leap that there's going to be you can almost throw a dart at some of the top 500 companies and they'll probably, in the next upturn, it'll all be winners. It's not that hard. Okay, look at this though. JP Morgan, Citigroup keep dividend unchanged as rivals, including Morgan Stanley, boost payouts. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Funny. Banks, they seem to have no fear. No fear whatsoever. I wonder why that is. Anybody have a clue? Yeah, when the Federal Reserve is you and part of you, you have no reason to have fear. Stock index futures inch higher following a losing day Monday. See, ladies and gentlemen, see how they operate? You're sitting here on the front page, watching it on your whatever, tablet, phone, desktop, laptop. You're seeing the page. We just came from the futures. Most futures for tomorrow, at least the top 3 indexes, they're going to be negative right as of right now. But look at this article. You just had a long, hard day of work, and you see this headline here that says stock index futures inch higher following a losing day Monday. So you would think that they're inching higher. So now you're thinking, oh man, maybe I should start buying because it went up last week. Now they're using this word inching higher. Wait a minute. Is that like 5 days in a row it's going up? Maybe I should put some money in there on my next paycheck. You see what I'm saying? This is why you have to delve even deeper into this, ladies and gentlemen. There's all kind of word tricks that they're going to be using to make you put more money in because they don't want to risk all their money. In fact, they're broke. The United States government is broke. Federal Reserve, they're damn near broke, except they have a whole bunch of assets. You know what I'm saying? So they're not broke for real. They got a whole bunch of assets that they've bought up over the last 100 years. All right, so keep that in mind. All right. JetBlue ups offer for Spirit Airlines as shareholder vote on Frontier Billionaires. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe this? You know, isn't it interesting that airlines really don't even make money? They always need a bailout whenever the economy's bad. But yet, I don't see any airfares decrease trying to get demand. But yet, here they are. They're going to be out here buying up companies for even more. And how can you do this? Because they can borrow money at damn near 1% interest rates. We can't. And the airline industry is also subsidized, which also gives them a win-win. Again, if somebody gave you money to start a business and said, hey, here's a few million, and then you said, hey, I think I'm going to go buy a company up, you'd be like, okay, cool. You would have no problem with that, would you? It'd be easy. Now, staying in business is a whole nother story. Once the subsidies go away, or when we actually really have to transact business, now we have a problem. But the whole point of me going to the front page was I just wanted to show you that you're going to see some articles, because most people are sleeping. They don't realize you're not really in this. You're not really in this game. You're not really checking to see what the actual market says, what they're doing right now in real time. You're just seeing the headlines. You're sitting there like, well, Nike topped Wall Street expectations. Wow. And this thing over here says stock futures are inching higher after a losing day. So maybe things have turned around, because last week all the articles were positive. So maybe it is a good time for me to invest. Maybe this is the bottom. But that's the weird part. It's not. All right? It's not, ladies and gentlemen. We go by historical records. We go by information. We go by stock signals that's happening right now. We go over overall markets. We go global economy. What's happening in China? You know what China did? You guys, in case you're new here, they reduced their interest rate. Their Federal Reserve, their central bank reduced their interest rates. The only reason you do something like that is try to spur investments. So it'd be no surprise if the Asian market all of a sudden started going higher, which it did. Is that a shock to anybody? Really? That's the only playbook a central bank has. Interest rate up, interest rate down. That's the only way. Spur the economy or try to stall the economy. Either way, it's your benefit because you know you're doing it. So in other words, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let me ask you something. If you're running a country and you're part of the top 10% club that owns damn near 70% of the wealth in the nation, and I have a meeting, I tell you amongst us watching tonight, and I say, hey, man, we're going to increase the interest rates for the next year or two. You would already have a head start. You know what's going on. And also, when I sit there and say, hey, you know what, we're going to give money to, your guys' business and your guys' bank. We're going to give you these free loans. You don't have to pay us back for 11 years, interest only. Don't worry about it. And if you fail on doing some projects or buying up these companies, we'll just buy up your debt. No problem. You would be sitting there like, oh, let's get on with this increase in interest rates, shall we? Get on with it already. That's why they had to do the 0.75. All right. You guys got to get with the program here. This is like a direct line. So that's why they're always able to stay a step ahead, because they already talked about it. So they already know what's going to happen, all the levers. And if you already know that, then you're going to win easily. But unfortunately, we're not in the top 10% club. So we're not going to win easily. So we have to do it the old-fashioned way. We're going to earn it. And that's why you're here, ladies and gentlemen, because we have solutions all the time. Now, let's get into something we talked about tonight. Pre-construction properties. That normally, traditionally, we're definitely going to, we're still going to win. But the point is, are we going to have to go through some pain? Because we weren't buying these to live in. Remember, there's two different things going on here. If you're buying pre-construction to live in, I don't consider living in a house an asset because you're paying for it. But if you're looking for it as an investment, it doesn't really matter what the price is, other than if they try to price you out like what they're doing over at the Christopher. But if it's going up 7%, you're going to be able to withstand the 7% or 10% or 12%. The reason why is because your rental values have just increased. They've skyrocketed. And how I'm going to tell you this, guys, is even more shocking. There are special fares from the West Coast to fly to Hawaii right now. People have been calling me trying to go to Hawaii. Hawaii is damn near booked. I'm talking about all islands. Can you believe this? In a inflationary situation, people are like saying, hell yeah, I'm going over there because it's $350 round trip. But here's the thing. I'm in shock. Here's what I'm going to tell you right now. This is a perfect example. A 2-bedroom at places like in Maui, the Big Island, you could traditionally, in the middle of summer, traditionally wasn't high season because there's humidity, people travel, but it wasn't like crazy. Traditionally, you can get like $250 to $299, $320 if there's an event, but generally $250 to $299 per night. That was the going range for everybody. Fast forward 2 years. Every place is $500 or more per night. And I'm talking about studios, not 2 bedrooms, not even 1 bedrooms, but studios are costing $500 a night. 1 bedrooms are costing $500 a night. 2 bedrooms are costing $500 a night. It just depends on location. People are spending $3,500, $4,000 a week to stay in Hawaii. This is how things have flipped. So my point I'm trying to make is when you have pre-construction and you're using it for investments, it doesn't matter if your property went down because now we're dealing in the real world today. So all those people, when I was talking about, I'm going to say something. I made a video where I was giving a guy a breakdown. I was giving all of you a breakdown on how incremental the price would increase over some years. I should go back to that video because there's a comment that was made underneath that video because you guys know I check all the comments. But by the way, speaking of all the comments, please down below, if you ever have comments after the video, please enter them. But I just found out today they started hiding comments on me, and I found comments from a month ago in hidden comments in the back office when before they would always pop up for me so I'd be able to answer all of them. So in case you sent me a message in the last month and I didn't respond and you're like, yeah, he's just like everybody else. No, that's not why. I was just messing around in the back office and I said, okay, let me check out what this hidden messages thing is. I found pages full. I was like, what is this? I used to get notifications, but I don't any longer. So I responded to everybody. So therefore, if you see something and you're like, wait, I just did this 3 weeks ago or something. Yeah, it was hidden. It didn't give me a notification. Didn't come in the emails. Weird. Again, messing with the nation. So anyhow, just letting you know. So the reason I was talking about pre-construction is just like right now. There's a stair step, all right, which people do not put into their calculations, and I do. So a year ago, when I was projecting that rents were going to be like for Vista Kana or at Kana Rock or even downtown, if you had a 2-bedroom, and I was saying, okay, I'm going to be doing $300 a night. People were like, wait, you're not going to be able to get that. That's $2,100, right? So then when I stair-stepped it up and I said, okay, from 300, then we're going to be able to do 350 2 years from now. And in 2 years from that, we should be able to do 375 to 400. Now, all of a sudden, you're getting a different number. So if you're able to do 2 weeks and you can get $5,600 and you can do that 4 or 5 times a year, you're already at $20-some thousand in profits, I'm referring to. And you only buy something for 100, 120, 130, 150, 200. I'll buy something for 200 if I can get 25,000 in 5 months. And then the rest of the year, I get another like 20 G's. I'll do that all day, every day. That's all I'm trying to say. So you have to think when you know that they're printing money, when you know countries are in deficits, which all countries are, then there has to be global inflation. You're not going to be able to escape. And guess what? People are still paying $500 plus per night to go to Hawaii. because the airfare is only 350, 400, 425 out of LAX, San Francisco, and Seattle. They're still paying it 500, 550, 600, 700. I quoted somebody like $5,900 because they wanted to stand at West End, and get this. That's a studio, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. Crazy stuff. And this is what I'm talking about. You don't know what the future is going to be, but there's one thing. The top 10 percenters worldwide, they have money. They're going to spend it. Just because you're sitting there going, well, I'm never going to spend 5 G's to stay somewhere a week. There's people that's doing it as we speak. Right now, I got 2 calls today, 1 yesterday, and I'm like, what's going on with Hawaii? Today, somebody said, yeah, the airfares are like $400. I'm like, okay, now I understand. And these people understand that the prices are 5 G's, 4 G's. And if you want to stay at Westin Kaanapali and stay in a 1-bedroom, people are getting like 7 G's. A 2-bedroom, 10 or 11 G's for a week, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Damn near and is $1,500 a night for a 2-bedroom at Westin Kaanapali. People are paying it. There's nothing available hardly. This is outrageous. And you guys thought, some people thought I was crazy when you stair step. That's what you're supposed to do because inflation is everywhere. If the United States goes to negative interest rate, down to 0 again, that doesn't mean the rest of the world is, because China wasn't. Europe, they went from negatives to positive, but so what? It's still near zeros, and that's why they're in disarray. That's why they have problems. They already creamed out the middle class, gone, wiped them out. Oh, you got to move out. You're not living in the suburbs no more. You're not living in the city no more. You got to go find that place out in the country. You don't want to be there, ladies and gentlemen. All right. This is going to be worse for the world, not just the United States. It's a global economy. So if you think there's a recession in the US, there's going to be one in Europe. There's going to be one in Asia. There's going to be one in South America. There already is happenings in Venezuela, Argentina, Peru. They're not having the best of times either. Come on. El Salvador, all these guys trying to go to different currencies. Stay on top of it, ladies and gentlemen. Just do your own due diligence, no matter what you want to do. But all I'm trying to say is pre-construction is still a thing, even though there's mishaps right now. That's because of, hey, materials cost 30, 40% more than when we sign contracts. So what can you really do? Right? So let's go. All right, here, I'm gonna see who else is in the house, because I missed a whole bunch of stuff after my little rant there. Let's go. Oh, wow. Oh, geez, I missed a bunch. Here we go. Good evening, SSN family. Always be making money. ABMM. That's the tagline there. Good evening, Wilson. I think I missed it then. He did put his tagline in. I just missed it, ladies and gentlemen. So I was giving him the business about it, but he actually did put in his tagline. Good evening, SSN family, and ABMM. Always be making money. That's what we have to do around here. And by the way, when I go on these little rants, you can check that description box. It's loaded with some information. And go down to the bottom. Please connect to our social media platforms. That would be greatly appreciated. Hey, Kuman, Vanessa, Gate. They got control manipulation. Okay, so I did go through some of these, but then I missed. And that's where we go. Okay, the company are overemployed people. That's right. Most tech took that PPP money. That's right. And loaded boat with too many people. Coinbase, for instance. Exactly right. Curtis Davis. Exactly right. Took that PPP money that you guys know, if you're here in the SSN Nation, who was the one that told you they were going to forgive the PPP loan. Who are they going to give it to? We already know who it was. How are you going to money launder money to your friends? You're going to call it PPP. That's what they did. If you guys check, in fact, I might run a video. If you checked out who received most of the PPP money, it wasn't for the mom and pop businesses. They got some, but the majority of it went to the already corporations in the right zip codes, in the right areas, and singled out the lower middle class, the middle class, minorities, they kind of left us hanging. They kind of said, you know what? We're just going to give it to our buddies. And then you knew what was going to happen. They're going to forgive the loan just like they always do with their buddies. And here we are again. And that's how the stock market kept creeping up, even though COVID was like a problem, even though lockdowns, and everybody's like, what's going on? We told you what was going to happen 2 years ago. I'm glad you're still here. All right. You're just watching everything. Just watch it happen. We have to take advantage. So they took all the money, got it forgiven, able to buy back their shares of stock, able to fill up their coffers worth of employees and talent galore. And now, because they're not making any money, they never were. They're not profitable, enough profit. I'll put it that way. Some are profitable, just not enough profit, but not enough to keep on these extra people now. Because the Federal Reserve and the banks and all that are saying, hey, man, we're not loaning out this money like this anymore. All right. So that's what's going on. He's exactly right. Diesel Mike says people priorities are screwed up. Broke people buying toys instead of tools. There you go, Diesel Mike. Exactly, Diesel Mike. But hey, you know what? We live in America. Here's the thing. I'm not going to even fault. I understand what you're saying, broke people. But here's the thing. Broke people aren't really broke. See, that's the problem here in America. Because you have credit cards, you have lines of credit, you have collateral that you can borrow against, and you have a bathroom, a toilet, a roof over your head for the majority of people. So therefore, it's not really looked upon as broke unless you live outside of the United States and you live in a country where you earn $100 every 2 weeks. And that's what you're living on. And you also might not have electricity, and you also might not have running water, and you also might have a thatch roof, or you might have dirt on the floor. These type of things we take for granted in America. So it's not like we're broke, so to speak. You're driving around in cars, you have loans on those. Everything doesn't appear to be broke except for somebody that breaks down into the homeless environment, which is expanding ridiculously and nobody talks about. That's the repercussions. But you're right on the front. Broke people buying toys instead of tools. Exactly the problem. But this time I'm hoping a lot more people have been on YouTube. Hopefully we can get a lot more people here in the SSN Nation and understand the wealth transfer. You're about to miss the boat this time, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't have a way to make extra streams of revenue over the next, I'll just say like the next 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, you have 12 months. That's what I believe, before things like we go like another 30% down all the way across. I'm talking about real estate. I'm talking about all of it. I'm talking about things are going to go down. You have another 12 months. They're only going to increase interest rates 0.5. I mean, 50 basis points. If they do 0.75, I'd be shocked. But even then, that's nothing. They still got to get another 2 or 3 points higher. So until that occurs, the pain's going to start setting in, but the pain's really going to set in when everybody's paying 10% for any type of loan numbers. And that's with good credit. The bad credit's going to be paying 13, 14%. That's where we're going to have problems. So don't buy any toys right now, ladies and gentlemen, unless that toy is going to give you back some sort of return on your investment. Even if it's not now, it better be down the road. Whatever you buy needs to give you back some return on investment. All right. Any investment you're going to do, make sure you have a way to get some return. And again, I'm going to point out SSN Lifestyle down below. There's a reason why there's going to be return on investment, because you guys are going to be able to actually, just like right now, I talked about that product. You can actually send people over using your link to go buy the product. That's the beauty of it. You're going to receive commissions, and there's going to be more products coming and other things coming that you're going to be able to do this. So it's not like one trick pony. It's not like most places that has like a drink thing, right? Or a drink or a shake or whatever, and that's their whole thing, or a patch or whatever these guys do. All I'm trying to say is we're going to have other things where you can actually make investments into other things, businesses, that's going to have return on your investment money. And that's part of the membership. That's why you need a membership. All right. It's simple. We're not just going to let anybody and everybody be in on it. Come on now. Let's get real. Here we are. Vanessa Cumagate, SSBCI is through your state. They are offering loans and grants. Of course they are. The grants part I like. The loans part, well, at least the interest rate won't be 10%. What's the interest rate right now? 4.5 or something? Let me know. Curtis Davis, Tesla, Robinhood, Coinbase, Carvana, Amazon, all laying off. That's correct. That is absolutely correct, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going to happen. And laid off people, if they don't already have things in motion, then they're not going to be able to spend any money. So that means your economy contracts. The earnings season does not start until July 14th. The big drop, not until July 25th. I agree. Totally 100%. Mr. Financial's on top of it. Lots of love. The banks have already received before this next quarter report. Most banks are 25% down. That's correct. That is correct. And they're probably going to go down a little bit more, which is beautiful. Beautiful. Remember, we were buying Wells Fargo, Bank of America in their 20s, 2 years ago. All right. So that just gives you an idea. Biden put $10 billion in this program. Check it out, fam. Okay. All right. The hidden program. Lots of love. Airlines are ghosts and zombies with funding by government. Exactly right. The youngest 49-year-old black guy out of DMV. Maryland area just got a $38 billion government contract award. Wow. That is awesome. They are dropping news. It's not. Exactly. Gary White, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here in the house tonight with the icon next to your name. And he has a tagline, ladies and gentlemen, and he has it again. Good evening, SSN family, and let's get it. That's what we're trying to do here, Gary White. We're trying to make sure down below in the description there are links to help people improve their business. Get that free Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, it's software. You can run it in the background while you're on your computer. While your devices are laying around dead, you can light them up and add it into that and have your own little mining program. Or you can share your link with other people and they're part of your mining program as well. So think about it. Get that free Bitcoin down below. But thank you so much for being in the house, Gary White. And now we're going to keep rolling. Don't forget to smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. And if anybody ever has any questions, you can always ask them. All right. Let's just go look. SSBCI, state loans. All right. State Small Business Credit Initiative from the Treasury, ladies and gentlemen. $10 billion to states, the District of Columbia, territories, and tribal governments. Once again, Vanessa Cumagate, you know how they're going to do this. Revolving loan program. Georgia's in. All right, cool. Hold on. Let me go pull this up. I'm going to pull up Treasury. Let's go to the Treasury. Hold on. Where's the Treasury at? Here we go. New version. Here we go. Vanessa Cumagate, you asked for it. Here it is, fam. See, ladies and gentlemen, you just never know who's in the house. You never know who's in the house. Like I say, there's always smart people here in the SSN Nation. States, in fact, hold on. Let me, I'm going to do this too. I'm going to put this in the chat room. All right. I'm going to put this in the chat room. There's the link. There's the link, ladies and gentlemen. All right. There's the link. So you can get over here. Wait, did it go? Okay. So you can see what, if you want to go over there, March 11th. All right. We signed this a while ago, but there's a new version. Combined $10 billion to states. Remember, there's roughly 50. So we're at 60 territories. But you know where it's going. I mean, let's just face facts, right? Here, let's see. Oh, good. It comes up. The American Rescue Act 2021. Here we are. Venture capital programs, loan participation programs, loan guarantee programs, collateral support programs, capital access programs. I would suggest you check with your state because each state could implement their own rules. Also, check with Mr. Koo, all right? Because he does loans that may be outside of the SSBCI, all right? Promoting equity, all right? Private investment, catalyzing private investment. All right, look, you guys, we've already been through this path with the PPP loan and the SBA loans under COVID, EIDLs. Once again, there's a disproportionate number or amount that goes to the wealthy. So you best believe out of this 10 billion, you know where the majority of it's going to go. Because if you give the majority of it to, let's say, you, I, and all that, Vanessa Comagate might be getting hers. But all I'm saying is we're entrepreneurs. We're normal business people. But people who have just started and only been in business 2, 3, 5 years, and you give them what, 500,000, 200,000, 150,000, depending on their business and what their revenues are, it comes out very interesting because they know as well as I know, you start a business, the odds of you still being in business at year 2 or 3 is slim. So just because you're doing good now, you might not be doing good in 5 years or 2 years from now. So they'd rather give the money to corporations that have been around for 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years. Let's just face facts. All right. So whenever our government gives money out, let's just keep it real. But that doesn't mean you should not go for it, right? That doesn't mean you shouldn't go there and look at it and go for it. If you're in business and running business and you need a loan, you should go check out all these options. You got to do your own due diligence. All right. So you got to go check it out. That's all I'm going to say about the SSBCI. Now, let's get into it. All right. Let's see. Curtis Davis. I missed it. Vanessa, you are in SB Loans and Grants. Get in position now. That's exactly right. She's in position. I stay in the know, brother. Exactly. Vanessa Comagate, ladies and gentlemen, is an entrepreneur, businesswoman, and she's been doing it for years. So she's like handling biz, the poker game rig for the top 10%. Exactly. Don't hate the player, learn the game. That's exactly well said, Vanessa Comagate. That's what you have to do. Yes, ma'am. All right. At Curtis Davis, that's good government contracts. That's true. Let's go. Isaac Barnes, black male, wins 13 billion Space Force and Air Force contract. Did y'all hear this? He positioned himself. Hey, you have to. And that's why you have to start. That's why you should always have your business and you should always have revenue coming into your business, even if it's just small amount. You should always be running a business. Just keep that in mind. You always want to have that EIN number. You always want to have it rolling because if you need to switch up and do something, you're already prepared. You had that bank account for a while. You have revenues coming in. You have status. So they don't say, oh, well, you're a new business, only 1 year old, so you can't qualify. All right. So think about that. The SBCI is not through the SBA, it's through your state, and they will pick lenders to disperse. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, they're going to pick lenders. It's going to be similar type stuff. Oh, it didn't let me put in the an error for that SBA link. Oh, it let me put it in only just to a few people, not to Twitter. Okay, they started with the first 5 states. You can email me for more info. You won't get it. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so that means you have to send me an email to Eric at support. Forget Eric. Support at stopstrugglingnow.com. Send me an email if you want to get more information on the SSBCI and the first 5 states. Vanessa Comagate, in the know, ladies and gentlemen. She stays on it. In other words, she's always ready, it appears, to pounce when opportunity knocks. So that's what she's doing. Hawaii, Michigan, Washington, D.C., West Virginia. We have to wait for your state to get money. Right on. Okay, well then, What are some of the qualifications so far? I guess there's different ways you can get it because there's different buckets, so to speak. But let us know if there's any short way you can say how you would qualify. Diesel Mike, welcome again. And he says, I'm noticing food shortages in some grocery stores. Exactly. I've noticed that countrywide, especially meat and produce. Exactly. That's why meat is going up and produce is going up. The upper end stores in wealthier neighborhoods seem to stay fully stocked. Diesel Mike, ladies and gentlemen, this is the point right here. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You're last on the totem pole, and he's exactly right. You go to the wealthier neighborhood, the store, shelves are full for some strange reason. But you go to that middle class and down neighborhood, you have these spots in the store shelves. He's exactly right. Don't wait, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you get that dry goods, that dry food. All right? The beans, the rice, the canned foods. Make sure you get that. And I didn't even know. Vanessa Kamazate says, I do this for a living, boss. I didn't even know. You never mentioned it. Wilson Koo, I knew did it. But I didn't know you did loans. I can hook people up. Ladies and gentlemen, that means she actually has what is needed to qualify for the loans. Because there's an actual playbook. It tells you, hey, the guy needs whatever, 1 year in business. He needs to have a credit score. He needs this type of license. I mean, she has it all. There's a playbook. You need a playbook, but not everybody has the playbook. They don't get that information. Funny that you mentioned that. I used to do some loan stuff like, oh my God, a long time ago. And we had the playbook. And so people would call me up and they would say, hey, this is what I need. And then all I had to do was go to the playbook and be like, hey, do you have this, and this? We got you. That's how easy it was. But then, of course, they started changing some things up as they always do, because you can't just have ordinary citizens helping people get loans. They said they had to start changing up. All right, Vanessa, Curtis Davis at Vanessa, it's a playbook. Yeah, Vanessa, let me know. Can you give us anything on Hawaii? Well, not so much Hawaii, but you did say DMV, Washington, D.C. There might be some people here that's watching right now in Michigan, Washington, D.C., West Virginia, Washington, D.C., so they aren't in the DMV, just in the Washington, D.C. area, Michigan, Hawaii. Let me know if you actually have your playbook sitting by, and let us know what the playbook is looking like. What are they saying as far as qualifications for a business? Is it LLC? Does S Corp qualify? What about, of course, C Corps qualify? What about if a person's a sole proprietor, though? Let us know, because most of the time, sole proprietors, you're out of luck. So let me know if you've seen any of that in the playbook. No, I exclusively deal with government stuff. Give Koo the other loans. I'm good. Okay. She does the government stuff. She likes those guarantee type loans. In fact, there's some loans, like you said, that are not loans, they're grants, which means you don't have to repay those back. In case you're not familiar with what grants are, those are generally where they'll say, okay, here's like $50,000. And as long as you perform, you're good. Or not perform, but long as you're doing what you say you're doing, you're good. So let us know. Curtis Davis, facts, love. My office. Wait, I just saw something. Hold on. Oh, something skipped. My office is doing Cali, Texas, Florida, Georgia only. Okay, none of those are on the list. Do you actually know of any of the parameters yet? So when they come to any of these states, that you'll already have some sort of idea. Okay, here you go, ladies and gentlemen. See, this is what you do here in the SSN Nation. You never know what you're going to learn. You can be a corp, LLC, and DBA. Wow. We will have more info later. Do you mean a DBA under an LLC? Is that what you mean? Because that's the only way I can associate with the DBA. But either way, DBA has its own EIN number. We're good. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Do you need to be vet owned or woman certified or minority certified? It's a game. Just get ready. Curtis Davis, he knows what he's talking about as well. There you go. Because again, sometimes you need this licensing, or like he says, certified. That's everybody doesn't just get to walk in and go, I have an LLC, I have a C Corp, I have an S Corp, whatever. You sometimes need some sort of qualifiers. I was on auction site. They have government bids for safety glasses for 7.5 million, called to set aside, but must know how to write up the bid. Very true. Very true. And that's why once people find out how to write up bids, all of a sudden they start getting real good and they actually can figure out, I'm go here, 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 here with the services of a person like Vanessa Comagate. Yes, vets, minorities, so many government contracts. Yeah, I can only imagine what government contracts look like now. There's so many, and there's so many that are hidden. You have to look through things, and the next thing you know, you find it. It used to be crazy. Yes, vets, minorities, exactly. Sis, we need to talk. Professor Auntie Val, exactly. She's been holding out on us like Professor Diesel Mike. The average rent in the U.S. is $2K and rising. He's exactly right again, dropping knowledge, dropping gems on us, ladies and gentlemen. They require 3 times the amount monthly. Again, exactly right. That's $6K a month or $72K a year. The average income is only $51K, not adding up. Exactly, Diesel Mike. The reason why it's not going to add up is because here people in the SSN Nation know what's happened. When they gave out the PPP, when they gave out the tax cut, tax breaks, that money flew to the top. Billions. All these guys bought up apartments, homes, everything. So basically, they control the rental market. We talked about this last week. So when you were out here trying to buy a home in the last 2 years, and all of a sudden somebody stepped in and was like, what do you mean? I'm giving the guy $400,000. That's what the asking price is. And you're like, okay, I'll do 425. And you're like, what's going on? Somebody bid 500K. It's those guys that got the free money. So they increased the value of your property. This is true. But now, since they owned 50 homes in the neighborhood and put them up for rent, they said, rent's 3 G's a month. People are like, we can't afford that. They said, you will, you will have to, because we're setting the market now. I'm charging $3,000. If somebody else is going to put their house up for rent, who's not a corporation, and they see that everybody else is asking $3,000, $3,200, $3,500, you'd have to be crazy to put yours up for 2 G's. You would put yours up, oh, I'm going to beat them. I'll just make it $2,890 or $2,850. But that still increased the going rate damn near 50 to 100%. So all I'm saying is that's the playbook, ladies and gentlemen. So when you start talking about giving money to the rich guys, this is what they do. And this is why it doesn't add up. Because if you know the average income is 51K, if you know it costs 72K just to live in a 1 bedrooms are now 2K, 2 bedrooms or more. 1 bedrooms here in Atlanta is over $2,000 for luxury apartments, $2,300, $2,500, $2,800. Yeah, this isn't they just built the thing in the last year, but nonetheless, this is what they're getting. They built it. People are coming. They live there. It's full. It's crazy. So you're going to have to conform and pay those prices. This is another reason why we always talked about bear market survival secrets. The number one thing was you have to have business and revenue coming in from all different sources. You can't just rely on your job. You just can't rely on your 1 business or 2 businesses. You're going to have to be the Pied Piper out here and say, you know what? I'm just going to have to suck it up. I'm not going to be able to just work 1 job and survive. The only way you can work 1 job and survive is if you already set yourself up and you sat there and said, you know what? I bought my house 20 years ago or whatever, and you're willing to pay out your mortgage and then live in the house. You pretty much are there and get your retirement. I mean, that's pretty much it. And you're able to sock some money away. That's pretty much it. But there's one problem. You're not going to be able to retire if you know for a fact everything that cost what it costs now, what if it doubles? Not in the next 3 months or 6 months or a year, but you're going to live, right? You're going to be 2 years out, 5 years, you're retired. Everything is double 4 years from now. 5 years from now, Are you going to be able to account for that when you retire? You're not. You're not going to be able to. You can't account for if there's no oil. You're not going to be able to account for if there's no electricity and they're going to be trying to charge you $1,000 a month because you're running barely any electricity. You're not going to be able to account for any of this. You're basically going to be stuck. And that's where the middle class is now. So we have to, right now, you have your wealth transfer. You're going to be able to take advantage. And that's how you're going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to bear market survival kit, knowing what you have to do. So Diesel Mike, thank you so much for posting that, because that's exactly the perspective that people need to understand. And again, it's only going to get worse. And what he just mentioned about that 72, the 72K, this is if you have no debt, no credit cards, no car loans, no insurances, none of this stuff you have debt with. Nobody's going to be making 72 and no debt. That's going to be rare. All right. There are people that do that, but it's rare. So therefore, you're going to have to make like 80 something if you have a car, if you have credit cards, because they also take those into account. So again, how many people in the population have a household income of 80? Well, that could be everybody, because the other average is around 40,000 a year. So two people can make 80, but damn, you're gonna spend like 40 some G's a year on payments where you live. It's getting up there, ladies and gentlemen. That's serious, very serious, and it's only going to get worse. By the way, we're going to have our grant writer on deck. Might be necessary for these grants. Okay, that's probably what's going to happen. Yes, you can become consultants, take you through government contract. That's right. And you're going to have the right NCIS number. Wilson Koo says, just working on loan program for DR purchases, and I will give 1% off for the group, trying to get the rates fixed that won't more even if inflation and feds do. Yeah, Wilson Koo, you're going to have a moving target, the way I see it. I don't know how you're going to be able to have it fixed right now when you know the 6 months from now it should be 1 point to 1.25 point increase. So unless you're already baking in like a 1.5% increase over the next 6 months, I don't see how you're going to be able to fix it, but good luck. Hopefully you are, because the other problem is, what are we going to do if they're doing 7%? So keep in mind, I wish Elizabeth Gonzalez was here, because she can tell me how much she bought her place for at Panorama. But keep in mind, at Panorama Lakes, let's say the 1 bedroom was 60 grand. I can't remember what it was, but I think it was around 60 grand. And then 30% was paid down overall. So 30, that's 18 grand. So now it's 40, let's call it 43 or 44,000 would be owed. The thing is, the property now is probably at 75, 80, probably 85. But here's the thing, 85, but now instead of paying, what did I say, 60, now they're saying 7% more. So now it's 65. So you owe 65, 66, and still owe 40. So there we go. We're basically up to 60% LTV instead of what we were going to be 70. So that means it's even higher. Actually, my numbers are off. I'm just trying to do it off the top of my head. But that would mean we're more than 70%. So we're 74, 75% probably, since it went up a little bit. So I'm just saying that puts us at risk. I don't know if you're going to be able to do 70% LTVs or even 60 at this point, probably 60. But if you can get something around 50 or 55, that would be good. All right. Well, we'll see. All right. We're going to have a little, hold on. I left this out from an hour ago. Please smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. And please come back on Wednesday night at 8:50 p.m. because that's when our members only with the icon, like what Wilson Crew has, can be in the chat room. Everybody else can watch 8:50 p.m. Friday nights. We're back to this format, but it's 9:10 p.m. Friday, and that's where everybody can be in the chat room. And now I'm going to run a little promo. Check this out. This is going to be the new product. It's not really the greatest, but it's what's going to be. You guys are getting preview. No voice on this. So you're getting a preview. And this is actually like 2.5 minutes. So almost 3 minutes, actually. So check this preview out. Get yourself some water. Sit back. Read some of the benefits. Apparently, Professor Auntie Val knows benefits because it's actually in writing, and the screen actually stays on for about 30 seconds when it shows the benefits of some of these ingredients. And also, Professor Auntie Val, there's going to be some aloe in there too, by the way. Proprietary blend. All good. Okay, here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Getting a little preview. SSN Lifestyle members, you guys know what's coming up. There's going to be a product. That's right. And it's actually trans-dimensioned. It actually just rub it on every morning. Just maintenance for your body, ladies and gentlemen. Health is wealth. And you want to live a long time, especially when you have a lifestyle to live, right? When you have some fun to live, that's what you're going to do. All right, let's go. Let's see what else we got to talk about this evening. It's almost 2 hours. Yes, it is 2 hours in. So please smash the like button. And by the way, we have other gear in case you're new here. You can go to Stop Struggling Now. The link's down below in the description. Starting to do a little more promo, ladies and gentlemen, acting like a YouTuber. All right. Let's see where we're going because I don't know. Oh, there we were on the DR. Okay. Auntie Val, just an email away. Exactly. I think she has it. Yeah, you guys have each other's emails. I don't really like to work much, honestly, but I like to take advantage of this free money. Vanessa Comegate, I agree with you. Curtis Davis, Jeff Bezos has money in real estate fund buying up neighborhoods. Exactly. Exactly. That's why he's off playing. Again, and this next crash that's about to occur, they're about to swipe up a whole bunch of real estate, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. There's no playbook for that one. It's just that there's going to be so much real estate that's going to be around that you'll be able to get up some pieces yourself. Vanessa K, I will send you government stuff. Right on. Vanessa K, I will send you government stuff. Please send me government stuff, Mr. Koo. I'd like to see some of that because we can talk about that. Hit that like. Wilson Koo says, thank you so much for that. Wilson, DR loans for 1%. I am listening. Hey, 1%, you know that's going to be interest only, right? I don't even know how that's possible. I don't even think it's 1%. I think he was talking about something else. What he meant was, I think he's trying to get it down 1% from what it is. But that's going to be hard in my opinion. We'll see though. Good luck with that. I hope it happens because you can help out like, man, millions of people. There's a whole bunch of people on edge right now in pre-construction environment because whether you're in the United States and they're canceling contracts, which is even crazier, even the DR isn't doing nothing like that. Just waking up and going, hey, you know what? We've got $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 worth of equity, $100,000 worth of equity. So we're going to cancel your contract and I'm going to sell it to somebody else for the $100,000 more. That's crazy. Arrived Homes by Bezos. There we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, what else do they have money to do? See, this is what happens when you have billions of dollars and all they have to do is say, hey, I'm just going to collateralize it against my shares of stock. I mean, just because I have $100 billion, no problem. And there's one other thing about Bezos. You guys got to understand his story. He seems like a meek guy back in the day. The dude worked for freaking Goldman Sachs or something. I mean, come on. His parents were able to just say, hey, you want to start Amazon? Here's $250,000, $300,000. I mean, come on now. Dude wasn't like some dumbass dude and got lucky. Dude was actually making, he's involved. Financially, you just don't wake up at Goldman Sachs one day. Wilson Koo, exclusively for your brother. I got a boatload of clients, no cap. Uh-oh. All right. Wait, how do you? Oh, because you're only going to do certain states. Is that why? So you do worldwide, Vanessa, then, or United States wide, but worldwide if you start counting territories. Lots of love. It's crazy. The Fed chair said he can't control prices on gas or homes, just manipulate the rates. That's funny stuff. He's trying to reduce demand. See, this is what we're playing with here, ladies and gentlemen. Bear market survival secrets. You're getting knowledge tonight. So now you know how the playing field is. Now you know what to do to beat their ass. That's what we're going to do here over the next 2 years. That great transfer of wealth. Let's go. Let's go. And even they're giving us some grant money. Let's go. Lots of love. It's crazy. I got to read this again. He said he can't control prices on gas or homes. Unbelievable. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this type of rhetoric that the Powell talks, he controls prices of homes simply by reducing and increasing interest rates. He also increases the price of homes when he's willing to loan his banks and his buddies billions of dollars at 0.8% interest. I think that is a significant advantage. And then you get to go around and buy up neighborhoods. Come on. What do you mean? You also help out when you're helping to subsidize the oil and gas industries, even though they have record profits last year. Come on, man. This is nonsense. Ed Victor, exactly 1 to 3%. Okay. Oh, no, 1 to 3%. If they reduce that 1 to 3%, that would be incredible. Lots of love. Homes in the 1940s was $79K with $49 a month payments. It was sick. So from then until now, homes are $375. Exactly. Exactly. Hey, I don't even know what you're talking about, Curtis Davis. I don't even know what you're talking about, 79K. I think that's a misprint. I think you mean 7.9K. That's what you mean. There's no way you mean 79K, because I'm going to tell you right now. My aunt lived in San Jose in the 1960s in the gumdrops. Anybody here from San Jose, you know the gumdrops and where that lake was built? I call them the gumdrop streets, candy streets, foothills. She bought that house, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, one of those 1,200 square foot California homes, nothing special, $14,000 in the 60s sometime. She sold it in, let's see, probably in the 90s for something like 800 G's, 770, somewhere in there. Crazy, crazy stuff. But yeah, 7.9 more like it, $7,900 more like it in the 1940s. Because homes were basically under 20 grand around America. All right, we are looking to Wilson Koo. We're looking at setting aside funds and loan out for fixed returns monthly for writing loan on it. More details to follow. Oh, Wilson Koo hanging with the big boys. All right, you want a rumba? I see how it is. Yeah, that's another program. Wilson's hanging out with the boys that can write the loans, ladies and gentlemen. So if you need loan help, you need to get in touch with him, because he's able to do something that only a few people can do. What I'm referring to is this. He's literally sitting there where he can get normally they don't mess with these type, but I'm going to say it's doable. Not normal, but he's involved with some people that's willing to do this. So basically they have money, and you walk in and say, hey, I want a loan for this. They're willing to say, we have set aside, I'll just use a number, $10 million. And they're agreeing that, okay, we're going to give this guy this loan for 100 grand. And we're going to write the loans ourselves. We're going to say, okay, we want 7%. In fact, that's the type of guys you want. And if anybody's looking at hotels, Wilson Koo, I don't know if he does that, but they would do the same thing. And this is how Willie's able to buy hotels. Hotels with an S, a plural. That's right. You guys know Willie. He's been on here before talking about hotels, buying hotels with other people's money. Second East Coast, a wrap. All right. And he's trying to get a third. But that's because he has this situation like Wilson Koo's talking about here. You go to the guys, you say, hey, this property makes $400,000 in profits every year. We can do this, this, and this, rebrand it, do whatever. We might be able to add another 100, but these guys are like, well, we'll put down the 1.2. No problem. We see the upside, but you're going to have to give us 13% for a year and a half, 2 years, every month. Cool. Let's roll. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, they get to stay up with inflation instead of putting their money at the bank. Wilson Koo, congratulations, because that means you can do deals that nobody else can do sometimes. Nice. Must order some. Thank you so much, Vanessa Kamagate. It'll be at the SSN Lifestyle Products. That's where it's going to be. In fact, the iodine, the 4 ingredients, actually, it's already up. But it's not up really because it just shows new product. It's just not labels, but it's actually ready to go. We just got to finish it up. I just didn't want to finish it up yet. July 1st is pretty much where the launch is going to be on it, but label and all that and everything. So, but it's going down, and actually I'm looking for a link. I think I have a link to it. Interesting. I know I have a link. I was going to drop it, but I can't find it. See, messing around. See if I can find the products. We'll just go to the shop. Why not? Yeah, we'll go play around at the SSN Lifestyle in the background. Love what the product can do. Yep. Thank you. That's it. Lots of love. You know, they're pushing on the news Roe v. Wade updates, the Deshaun Watson case, vacations and Caribbean trip while the money moves to the top 10% in backdoor deals. That's right. Making us pay attention to everything else. That's just bad. Very, very bad. But we fall for it every time. Not everybody, but a lot of people fall for it because you're in your safe zone. Because you're in your safe zone until you're not in your safe zone. All right. Let's just face facts. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. So this is actually, here's the thing. I'm going to put a link down below. You can go check it out. You can actually order it already. So it's already manufactured, actually. You guys, that's what I've been working on. That's why all the videos, all the stuff that I used to always do, I'm sitting here I'm in the lab. You guys don't understand. We have skills. We have more than just what we've talked about here before. So that's why SSN Lifestyle let me go down another path on skill levels. So we're going to make some other things work. All right. Here's what I want to know. Victor M, 1% discount. Okay. That's what I thought. Not 1% loan. Okay. So we're on the same ballpark with that one. In the same ballpark. Believe it or not, Marrero, the SBA offered 1% loan through EIDL loan 2 years ago. That's true. Equity loans are likely to be like Bigfoot sightings. Wilson Koo, he said it exactly right. You guys, if you haven't gotten your home equity line of credit, I feel sad for you, but you can potentially still get one. It's going to dry up here. They're not going to want to take this risk, quite frankly. So if you can find somebody that's going to give it to you, you better get down there, and hopefully they're not going to try and charge you, 7 or 8%. Hopefully it's still 5 or 4 or something. Maybe Wilson Koo knows about it. But again, ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty serious. Here we go. Let me do this. So it's not already set yet, but everybody, SSN Lifestyle members, again, you're going to be able to refer people over. I'm going to keep talking about it because it's exciting when you help somebody financially, and then it gets more exciting when you can actually help with their wealth and health. So that's where we're going with the SSN Lifestyle. And it's not going to be at the SSN Nation, unfortunately, but it's built. SSN Lifestyle is going to be built for something different because I wanted to contribute. Like for instance, I don't do courses. I don't do consultation. I do consultations, but generally people send me emails. I just answer them. I don't say, hey, come to my, you got to pay me something per hour. I've been doing that now for 4 years. All right. So SSN Lifestyle, I said, okay, we're still going to do what we do here, but you guys, because SSN Lifestyle is based on Stop Struggling Now, SSN Nation, you guys get to find out about things first. I'm still going to hold that true, but you can either have a free membership at SSN Lifestyle, or you can become a member and reap some of the other benefits that you get for having a paid membership. And again, I tell everybody there's only 11 spots left for Founders Club. If you haven't signed up for Founders Club, I would highly suggest you do, because there's benefits that's going to be coming out even more. All right. Just so you know. All right. Now we're going to go there. Let me go there. Believe it or not, Marrero. Yep. Equity loans. Wilson Koo. Wilson Koo, send me some stuff. Exactly. Let's get on with this. Vanessa, send me some stuff. Exactly. I'm getting ready to send Vanessa, send me stuff on state program. Exactly. Come on now. You guys shouldn't be holding out to the SSN Nation. Lots of love. Yes, in America, you must be connected. Bezos plus Goldman Sachs. Exactly. Wilson Koo, evening at Curtis D. These private colleges, oh my God, yeah, overpriced, out of reach, are set up for rich only. My friend's son was invited, but they gave him no scholarship. There you go again, ladies and gentlemen. There you go again. See, this is how you get separated in society. because this is why they want to make schools where you have to pay, because that's going to separate. Again, they can maintain the status quo. The rich get to stay with the rich, right? Because you can't really go to these expensive schools with the higher education. Most of the time, you have to have scholarship. Most of the time, there's a quota. There's all these little levels that you have to go through. And so, generally, number one, you got to be like tops in your class, unless, of course, you pay your way in, buy a building, put your name on it, then your kid gets in. And we know who can buy the building or furnish the weight room. That's the top 1%er. Their kid still gets in. They don't go by the same rules. So once again, this is how they set it up. So then they do this. Oh, you're qualified to come to our high price school, but no scholarship coming. So the odds of you being able to go somewhere where there's charging $20,000, $25,000 per semester, it's slim. You're not going to be able to be there 4 years, right? $400,000. I mean, come on. Well, that's crazy. So this is how they separate. But again, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Again, they're not separating anything. They can go to the high price schools, but the problem is they all fall down and it's about to happen again. So you just have to be prepared. And that's why we're going to stay here. SSN Nation. That's why I'm starting SSN Lifestyle, because I want you guys, even if you can't join the big boys, at least you're going to be joining something, a business that's going to have revenue generated and you're going to earn profit just like the big boys. All right. So again, no shocker. Yes, we do hotels. That's what I was thinking. I figured because you got independence. So they're looking to offload their money into profitable ventures with low risk. So if somebody walks in and says, yes, we make $500,000 a year in profit, and that said, hey, well, the place is 7 mil, and then they say, okay, we need 2.5. These guys start calculating 2.5. We want $250,000 a year. The place makes 500. What's happened in its worst situation? It made 430 in the last 7 years. Low risk, sure. 2.5, 2 years. Give me my 14%. Whatever. 12%, 10%. It's all over the map, quite frankly. But generally, some guys are even generous, 8%. But most hover 10, 11, 12, 9, somewhere in there. So again, that works. Curtis Davis, type in SSBCI and the site will pull up all types of Yeah, exactly. I saw like 6 or 7. Vanessa Cumbergate, Wilson Koo, right on. Oh, there's the link. You can go check it out for that product. You can set in your order now. And in fact, you can't set in. You can set in your order. But it just dawned on me about something. That's funny. That's funny. I don't know if the inventory control. So if somebody orders, the inventory control might be only set to 1. So we have to set it up to dozens. But anyhow, the game of Monopoly begins with 100K to up to 1 million and be able to make minimum payments until profits or revenue repay or exceed debt. That's true. Mr. Financial speaks. And again, you can go check out Mr. Financial on his own channel, Chili Davis, his alter ego. He helps people out. He gives out that information, updates about the stock market, about crypto, about financial news. And that helps you, ladies and gentlemen, throughout the day or evening or night. You never know when he's going to drop it. So make sure you click the all notification bell for his. Equity loan, if you can get, is in the 10 plus rates. Whoa. They've already, oh my God. Okay, that's over. And if you find it below that, stop shopping, read the fine print and sign up. It's over then. If they're at 10%, they were just at, I think it was 5.5. What the heck? 10? Ladies and gentlemen, well, HELOC's over. If you didn't already get it, now you know where it's going. Vanessa K has the government stuff. I do non-government funding. Exactly. Okay, which upsets me the most. Private college pretends it's for all. It's not for the poor, but you have intelligence to compete. Some scholarships are available. I have never quit, but is it worth it in 2022? I don't know. I'm in a different vein. Yes, I went to college. Yes, I graduated from the great Sonoma State University in the wine country. All right. I even have a video that I went there one time, walked around campus. It's a nice small school, nice small campus. It's nice. Graduate. Teachers are graded very high. It's not Harvard of the West Coast or nothing, but still, they're still rated very high for the state school. But the overall theme of things, the only reason I went to college, quite frankly, was because of when I grew up, it was basically a degree was deemed worthy. But as I sat in business classes and these guys had me with books, this is what IBM does. This is what Ford did. I was like, hold up. Wait a minute. Story time. Some of you heard this before. I'm like, hold up a minute. What is all this? Nobody here owns IBM. Wait, are you trying to tell me I'm supposed to go to school and after I get my degree, I'm supposed to work as an employee? I'm not going to be management boss. I'm not going to be in the executive level. So you're just basically telling me about these companies because I'm going to go work for them. I'm not running jack crap with my business degree, right? Is that what I'm like, hold on a second. Where are we getting to the business part of this stuff? Don't tell me what IBM's doing. Don't tell me what was Hewlett Packard's doing. I don't care nothing about that. I'm not working for them. I work for myself already. When are we going to get to business? How to create, how to, once you establish your business, and they're like, I'm sorry, Eric, what are you talking about here? This is the books that we have for the class. This is what we're doing. I'm like, is this for real? This was like a complete waste of freaking time as far as I'm concerned. And heaven forbid when the guys told me I had to, hey, you went to your other school and because you took a test and they let you bypass the elective, the test doesn't translate here. The elective does. So since that doesn't translate, you got to take geology class. I was like, is this a joke? I was like, what do you mean? They're like, you got to take a geology class. Take your pick. Chemistry, geology, biology, whatever else. I was like, okay, geology class it is. I'm sitting out in frickin' some bay in Northern California, and the teachers is seriously sitting out there with a group of people talking about this is what rocks, started talking about rocks and rocks formation. And I'm sitting there like, I will never be talking about rocks in business. The only rocks that we're going to be talking about is precious metal rocks. Why am I going to be out here dealing with rocks that were created millions of years ago? Why would this even be a thing for me? I'm not going to be an archaeologist. I'm not going to be doing anything about rocks. Where is the freaking business at? So that frustrated me. So if I had to do it all again, and just like I tell everybody, school, in my opinion, it's great to go to school because here's the thing. You're going to have tasks to complete. You're going to be told what to do, how to take orders, right? That's basically, you're being conditioned to be an employee, basically. All right. You show up at this time. Here's your assignment. This is what you need to complete next class 2 days from now or whatever. And take orders. You understand the assignment. That's it. So people who go to college and do college, they tend to have a structure. They're like, okay, they understand. They learned a little bit more than the people on the street. So that's a good thing. But in today's era, the internet didn't exist. Well, for some people, it didn't exist. Let's just put it that way. Some people, it didn't exist. So the point is, information today is everywhere. Hell, the books that people are throwing away because the schools are making you buy new books year after year is now a book is 2 years old that says the same damn thing, except it's just another issue. That's it. Issue 5 instead of issue 3, but says almost the same damn thing in it. And you can go pick one of them damn things up because it's worthless, because the people can't resell them. It's crazy what's going on. So again, if anybody disagrees, that's fine. But all I'm trying to say is college nowadays is overrated. And then college on the flip side, the other side, is what Curtis Davis was talking about. If your child is very smart, does have skills, and they can get into one of these upper echelon schools, then you should try, because there's something that happens at those upper echelon schools. Remember who's there. The rich kids are all there. The ambassador's kids there. The guy that owns the oil wells and oil companies, and the executives at Amazon, and the executives at Exxon Mobil, the executives that's at Nike, their kids are going to these schools. That's why if you go to USC, you're going to do very well. If you go to Cal Berkeley, if you go to Harvard, if you go to Yale, if you go to Princeton, because the people on campus generally come from well-to-do families, whether they can buy their way in or legitimately have that pedigree. Because you guys know there's about a pedigree, right? My grandfather, my uncle, my cousin, my brother, they all went here. Okay, so you got a 3.5 and your family donated 500,000. Welcome to the family. I mean, come on, guys. This is the way of the world. We live in America. Lie, cheat, and steal. You know the rules. All right? That's what the rules are. Lie, cheat, and steal. And unfortunately, the ones that get penalized are the lower end of the spectrum, because people with the money, they can fend themselves with the lawyers. And lawyers cost a lot of money. What's upset me most? It upsets me too. Vanessa, yeah, I see California iBank and Flyer list all states' email address. Cool. Professor Val, you can do the same thing for Florida. Right on. Right on. How we make money is if people need help with their paperwork or grant writing. Exactly. You receive commission, right? You receive a point, I'm assuming, or whatever the number is, 0.25 or 0.5 or 0.1, whatever. Let me know, probably. Lots of love rocks. It's funny. College wastes 4 years of young people time, but the jobs are a joke. Exactly. So you come out of college, any college you go out to the job market. But here's the thing. I'm going to tell everybody what I told my daughters and everything. I said, hey, here's the thing. That's why you have to be in fields, medical field, for instance. People get older. There's always going to be medical situations. All right. So that's a good field to be in. Mental mindset. People are messed up. Everybody needs some sort of therapy. Why not be in that? Okay. These fields make lots of money. They need people. All right. So that's areas to think about. All right. That's where my daughters kind of go. All right. But everybody that doesn't have a specialized situation, you're going to have a problem. You graduated in history. Okay, you're going to be a teacher. You graduated in art. Okay, you're going to be a teacher. I mean, you graduated at business management, but you ain't going to be in business management. Unless, of course, I went to Cal. I was in Silicon Valley, going to Santa Clara, San Francisco. I mean, come on. San Jose State, then that might have meant something. And actually, I did go to Sonoma State. I was supposed to work for Hewlett Packard, by the way. Very interesting. I gave you guys a story about that. I won't repeat that story. But Hewlett Packard is who I was supposed to work for. But not even in business management. That's what's funny. I was going to have a minor in computers. So they were like, oh, damn, you can do computer stuff. Oh, hell yeah. We're going to pay you a little bit more, and we're going to send you over here to Woodland. if you want to go. Crazy, right? Because most people only had one like degree, but then they saw me and they're like, you know how your resume reads. This dude has it. I had my own business, ladies and gentlemen. So that's another trick. If you're going to go to college, make sure you start your business while you're in college, or streams of revenue. Start something. Because what's going to happen is you're in business management, let's say, or administration or whatever. Here's what they're going to use against you. They're going to go, you don't have any experience. Oh, you can be an intern. Oh, hell no. You don't have any experience was the number one thing to keep people down. Knowing full well you're getting pretty much entry level, damn near, most of the time for most people. You're not going to be in management making $150,000 a year. You didn't go to Yale. You're not in the Ivy League school. You're not on a West Coast or Midwest Ivy League school. So you're going for the job that they say, oh yeah, well, here's 50 G's a year. You're good. See, that's what you're going to be going for. So therefore, they don't recognize anything unless you roll in and be like, they like saying, hey, you don't have no experience. And I'm like, does that look like no experience? Because that's what happened with me. They go, you don't have no experience. I'm like, what experience do I need? You're Hewlett Packard. You make computers. I'm here. You're looking for management situations. And I know computers. And not only do I know computers, I know actual business. Here's my resume. Check it out. So they were like, damn. Okay. Dude's been actually doing business the whole last 2-3 years. I guess he's not. I can't use that thing with him. And that's when they said, oh, no, you need to make about another 20 G's more. I was like, you're right. Exactly. I'm glad you came up with that number first. They're like, yeah, but you got to go to Woodland. It's like, yeah, think about it. So anyhow, Vanessa K will email internet spotting tonight. So only getting half info. Okay. Email. That's how you do it. Curtis Davis. Cool. Once they get the funding, you can apply directly through bank. Right on. Vanessa, each state has a program. California looks successful. There are qualifications like you must market and hire X number of employees. That happens. In Alabama, it's called Made in Alabama, SSBCI. Yeah, everything's going to be a little different depending, but people are going to qualify. That's just it. And then some of this money is going to be left on the table. Some of it's not even going to be done because people will not jump through the hoops, which is what they count on. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we talked about a few things tonight. In fact, I'm going to do this. Here we go. This is what it looks like on SSN Lifestyle before I go. Simple, easy, simple. One press of the pump daily. Apply to your one area of wrist. Guess what else, ladies and gentlemen? No smell whatsoever. There's no perfumes in there. There's no scent whatsoever. So nobody will even know you put anything on. And you just do one press. It only puts out so many milligrams. So that's it. Simple. Wake up. Do whatever. Hit it. That's it for the day. And you got some of this iodine, magnesium, D3, MSM, and proprietary blend, which actually I'll just, because it's going to be on back of the label anyhow. Aloe is going to be in there as well. And the proprietary blend to help it out. Vitamin E, which will be in there as well, because you're not going to have any stabilizers. So vitamin E kind of acts like a stabilizer. Chemistry, ladies and gentlemen, chemistry. All right, here we go. This is going to be it. Okay, we're going to wrap this up. We're at 2 hours and 34 minutes. If anybody has any questions, please ask them now. Otherwise, smash the like button, click the all notification bell, peruse down below through the description. You will see all kind of things. Free stocks from Robinhood and Webull, $10 from Coinbase of Bitcoin. You'll see free Bitcoin mining that you can do, and then share your link with other people and get other people to mine with you. and earn some Bitcoin while you're sleeping, while you're at work, while you're on vacation, as long as you leave up your laptop, your desktop, your tablet, your phone's running, it'll mine off your software. There's other things as well. SSN Lifestyle link is down below. That's cool. Be a Founders Club member. That's top dog. But if you don't want to be, there's other things as well. Starting at free to $149.99 is the first level where you get membership bonuses. All right. After that, it escalates up. Read about it. Things are going down. So I'm just letting you know that. Sure. It's not for all businesses. Get it if you fit in. Yes, exactly. I'm going to apply for my Nails to Go biz, leaving no money on the table. Interesting. So Nails to Go, this is going to be very interesting because have you started that already? And if you have, do they have it where you only have to be 6 months, 3 months, or can you be at 0 months in business? Let me know. I'd like to hear if you know already. Celsius, CEO trying to leave US. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. I believe I mentioned this when we first found out about it because he's regulated. And remember when we were talking about the time when somebody was going to, Nexo, it was like, so that must have been about 10 days ago or a week to 10 days ago when Nexo said that they would buy out or partner with Celsius. And the guy from Celsius, Machinsky, said, nah, I don't want to do it. Then he turned down somebody else and said, nah, I don't want to do it. Right then and there, that's a red flag because what he was doing in the background, he didn't want people to know because they would have had to do their due diligence and they would have found out. So him trying to leave makes perfectly good sense. No surprise there because he's regulated in the U.S. and in New York. He got a regulation and in California. Lots of people are looking for him because he was staking ETH in the background. He was using our money as collateral for the staking. So in essence, he didn't really have a safe vehicle earning the yield. So that's why it always started coming down. Now that you guys know, we all been in the node projects, we all been in the DAO projects, and they've all come crashing down. So you can only imagine when ETH went from 4 Gs to 2 Gs to 1,500 to a G, his staking went from sugar to SHIT. No surprise. I can hire people to market the products that SSN is offering, I think, outside of the box. Vanessa Comagate, you are exactly right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is initiative. Exactly right. Because you only earn a certain percentage from somebody else that sells, not from what you sell. But here's the kicker. I haven't set it up, but it's going to be because depending on your membership level, you will be able to buy at a discount. So take your pick. Either have somebody else sell it who signed up or buy at a discount and sell it. Either way, it's sales. Either way, you make money. We keep rolling, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do this. Starting a business within a business. Vanessa Comagate, that woman is smart as hell. She understands the assignment. She's got it exactly right. You can, this is what I was trying to do, and she illustrated it perfectly with this wording and sentences here. When she says, I can hire people to market the products that SSN is offering, I think outside the box. She's exactly right. She can do a number of things. Exactly right. It's allowed. You can sign up as a business. Exactly right. So therefore, she can sit there and say, hey, I got a wholesale cost. Cool. Now I'm going to sell it. Cool. No rules against that. As far as the company's concerned, it's still sales. As far as the company's concerned, it's a person that's a member of the channel. I mean, member of SSN Lifestyle. So it's a win-win as far as the company's concerned, because that's the whole point of giving commission for having other people sign up as members, giving commission for referring other people. That's the whole point. So if somebody says, hey, I'm going to have a group of people and we're all going to join in and sell the products that you have, that's a win for everybody. Nobody cares about somebody else making money here. We're not top 10 percenters. We share the wealth around here, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, that's exactly the point. An option that a person can do. If you don't want to refer people and try to refer people and you go outside the box and say, hey, I'm going to sign up 5 people to go around and sell this and do whatever, so be it. And the thing about Vanessa Comegate is she's advanced. So she understands what she can actually do. So she knows a lot of people. In fact, she knows people that might own like salons, businesses that sell products. And she could walk in and be like, hey, this is the product. This is what I want. And do direct. And then go collect money every week or every month or whatever. Options, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of love. Celsius was valued at $12 billion in May. Goldman Sachs looking to buy at $2 billion. Yeah. Well, they have no choice. But here's the thing. See, Machinsky has some wallets. And the question is, what happened to those wallets with millions in it? All right. Here's the thing, the $2 billion, that's not going to be enough for his leave money. That's why Machinsky's been balking on it. He's been balking for a lot of reasons. At Vanessa, it's a start. I'm inspired by SSBCI program. There's free money everywhere. Just know how to apply. Try again. I've got small biz friend. It's not the biz, but funding needed. Hey, there's funding out there. Just got to find it. All using the government's money. Black girl magic, baby. There we go. I like it. But again, Vanessa Comegate, what's normal since you've been doing this? What's normal when it comes to grants? Does it normally come out where they say, okay, the person must have been in business, check-in or set up for 6 months, a year, 2 years? What's like a normal? I know they're all over the map, but what's the normal time frames? Because I'm curious about that, because the nail biz hasn't actually started as far as I know. So even if you would have had nails to go, for instance, and you had the LLC set up a year ago, but there's nothing going on because it's not even been shipped yet, you'll still be able to get a grant for that, which I'm pretty sure, because there's startup money as well. But I'm just curious, just so everybody else can find out. Auntie Val says 2 thumbs, 1 thumb up. Even owner of BMW real estate assets have come down and been margin called at 2022. Many are in trouble. There we go. Hey, everybody's in trouble. For the last 13 years, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I'm telling you, regardless of what the news says, this is going to crumble like the Roman Empire, all right, that we are. This is going to be time for you to be able to pick up pieces. So start putting things in place right now. Get yourself on board with SSN Lifestyle. Just trust me, we're going to be doing some damn things. Fingernails to go, we're going to be in that. We're going to have thousands of units built in Punta Cana. It only makes sense that we have to make money from that. We're going to be in that, right? You're going to be able to sell products, send people over, make the commission on that. We have our Ring of Fire. So there's some other stuff that I can't even really, I talked about it before, but SSN Lifestyle members, Ring of Fire, there's something else that's coming up as well. This thing about delivering food, being able to do some things. I'm just going to make this nice and simple. How many of you guys have been to NASCAR races? Have you seen the concession stands in these places? Come on. So how many people want to leave their seat and then sit up there for 20, 30, 40 minutes while the race is going on and you're missing all the crashes, right? Most people like the crashes. You don't want to be doing that. NASCAR has already signed off on a program. SSN Lifestyle members, you may be able to invest in this before the VCs get to it. That's right. It's exciting. That's right. I'm telling you right now, you're going to be like, holy smokes. Some big time dogs are already in this thing. All right. And you're going to be able to front run them potentially. And in fact, I think you're still going to be able to front run them because I know something you don't. Reason why I know something is because the guys that already have the contracts and everything under control, they haven't set up their shares. They have to restructure their shares to have a valuation at a set number of dollars. And they only have a small amount of shares. So therefore they have to redo it. And guess what? We get to front run them, man. All right. All I'm saying, you guys, we're about to do some damn things. We're going to take some advantage. So be a member of SSN Lifestyle, be the Ring of Fire. And again, if you don't understand what I'm saying, if you're in the Founders Club, you get first dibs. Whenever we do rounds of business opportunities, you get first dibs. If the round of business opportunities are all done by only the 15 members of Founders Club, then no other membership level gets to get in. I'm not saying the fact that we only have 15, obviously the next level, which is Premier, will probably be able to get in because it's not like, $50. It's not like 500. It's not like 1,000 or 1,500. So I'm just saying. So the odds are 15 people putting in the total amount, slim to none, because all 15 probably would not want to do it. Maybe 3 or 2 or 1 or none might want to do it. So Premier drops down to Premier's next. That's the next highest level. So they'll have a chance. And then if Premier and SSN Lifestyle Founders Club members, they don't put in the amount for the business opportunity, then it drops to the next level, the Elite. And then if Elite says, hey, we'll get us in this, and all the amount of Elite people put up the money, then it's over. Whoever has a pro membership, you can't get in on this Ring of Fire situation, this business opportunity. But again, this is the kind of stuff that we're talking to, ladies and gentlemen, that you're going to be privy to. And we're about to, what did it say? What did Wilson Cruz say? Let the stealing from the rich begin. Yeah, we're going to do some front running first, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I'm just saying, this is going to be fun. I have marketing biz already. Oh, okay. So the marketing biz, okay, that works. It's just an extension. I get you. So that works. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. You're learning something here from Vanessa Comagate tonight. She has her marketing biz, and she's already set it up to having a marketing biz, which in turn, any products that she wants to put into the marketing biz, the product may be new, but the business is older. So she's going to qualify for loans and grants and things like that, because it's not just a startup. It's not 6 months old. There we go. I just add in Nails to Go as actual product or retail. So see, that's what I'm talking about. In fact, I already clicked on it. So she knows what's going. This is what I'm saying. We have a lot of smart people here, ladies and gentlemen, that's doing damn things. So that's why this is a learning experience. One of the few. In fact, you know what? I'm just now thinking about something. On our live streams, there is another live streams. The guys at EYL, right? But see, they sell like their stock thing that they want like $5,000 or something. They sell courses, they sell, but they don't just give you this stuff straight up like around what we do. They're one that I know of. There's nobody else. They're not, in fact, EYL is not even close, because we're not charging $5,000 to get information, or $500 or whatever the hell they charge. There is no course. We're SSN University, SSN Academy, the no guru zone. We don't charge here. We'll give you, but what she just laid out right here is a perfect example of what you can start right now. You want a marketing business? Then you bring in products and then market them. Your business, like she has done, is years old, and the products you bring in just gives you added revenue. But as far as lenders are concerned, they're just like, okay, marketing biz, here's the EIN number, this is how many businesses, your tax returns, this is what you're making. They're like, oh, this is cool. You've been doing this for a while. A while could be 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. But the point I'm trying to make is she has it set up that way, which is very, very smart. That's what you want to do. Plug and play. Just what SSN Lifestyle is doing. Sure, we have vacation rentals. Now we have product rentals. Then we have t-shirt sales, right? Because we have to have we have polos. We don't have t-shirts at SSN Lifestyle, okay? We have the colorful tropical polos going down. And we're going to have other products as well. We have the Ring of Fire. So all of this goes into SSN Lifestyle brand. Same thing. Subsidiaries, in-house subsidiaries, right? Same thing. That's how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. I keep marketing biz just in case I see any new retail opportunities. Exactly. Exactly right. See what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? This is playbook. This is how you start businesses. This is how you maintain businesses. This is how your mind can start thinking. I operated my Disney retail rentals under my marketing business. Now I can use Nails to Go. Exactly. Vanessa, go girl power. Exactly. Now you got it. Exactly. Trump started steaks, water, etc., because he was using bank money, so he went for it. Exactly. Poorly, but he went for it. But again, that's why when it went belly up and it didn't work, he didn't care. In fact, Trump doesn't care because all of his businesses are ran on debt until it wasn't. And then Deutsche Bank, then they said, okay, I won't get into it. But Deutsche Bank said, we're going to give you loans. I know you overinflate the value. Yeah, I know, whatever. Okay, whatever. Well, they gave him the loan. He ain't going to pay it back, so whatever. But the fact of the matter is that's why he always gets loans. And that's also why no American bank will give him a loan because they know they won't get paid back. In fact, China and Deutsche Bank are the only banks that will give him money. Other than the guys in the Middle East, I won't get into it. I won't get into it tonight. I'll stay out of the doghouse. I do the same thing, but use government grants and go for it. Duh, lots of love. Exactly. And I'd rather use grants as well, if possible. So that's why I want to get in on the grant list because I think I'm going to qualify for a couple of things. He was smart because his brands was the Trump name, but he's screwed now. Exactly, Vanessa Comegate. Exactly. Screwed big time. Because Deutsche Bank had to give up that, and China, well, he's always going to be friends with those guys. And he's still going to be friends with the Middle East. He should have done like me and used government grants. Exactly. But you can't get like $1 billion in government grants. That's the problem. In one lump sum. He would have, first of all, his business would have to qualify. And Vanessa Comegate, let me explain. Let's look, I tried to avoid it, but let me explain. So when you sign a piece of paper, when 9/11 happens and you sign a federal paper application that says, hey, my business, which was nowhere near the blast zone, but we only made $250,000. And then the government sends you a check because you declared you only make $250,000. Then you roll around to the bank and sit there and say, yo, we made like $1.5 billion. And they're like, wait, we have federal documents that you said you only had $250,000. How is this built? Where's this billion stuff coming from? No, you're not getting a loan. Get out of here. You're in America. So he had to call up Deutsche Bank. Let's get to it. And then he had to call up his friend in Russia and say, yo, man, I'm in trouble here. Deutsche Bank ain't going to give me no freaking money. Well, Putin said, oh, you're my boy anyhow, man. We like that Russian bank in Trump Tower that you let us have the whole floor over there. You're our boy. Hey, Deutsche Bank, any money he wants, call me. we got the backing of it. So they funnel money through Deutsche Bank. This is why Deutsche Bank wouldn't give their records up. This is why the guy that actually was writing some of the loans, he didn't want to talk, didn't want to give up the paperwork, went into hiding because he's like, oh, damn, we got problems. And they're carrying this paper, money laundering. I'm just saying, this is just irritating. No, Trump was on a larger scale, obviously. Yeah, he was on a larger scale, money laundering. Right, exactly. Deutsche Bank wasn't going to give him money either until Russia backed him. And we won't get into any more of that. But that's the real deal of the situation. You guys are like, how does he know this? No, trust me. Go check it out. In fact, you can find out about what I'm saying. This is the, we don't play around. This is what actually happened. So this is why it was always funky whenever he met Putin face to face, why it always looked like they came out and he had to always be like buddy. Because you know how Russia is. Russia is like, you talk ill of Putin, that's not a good thing. And you're going to talk ill of Putin and borrow their money. Come on, guys. There's one thing you don't do. I'm just going to tell you straight up, if we're talking about this, there's one thing you don't do. Don't mess with Russian mob. Don't borrow from Russia people at all. I'm just saying that's number one rule if you're in the USA, because if you ain't down with the get down, don't mess with these people because their money, they don't play. All right? They don't play. They'll come see you. They don't care who you are. All right. And they're not coming alone. Let's just put it plain and simple. Don't mess around with the Russians and borrowing money. All right. And Trump messed around with the Russians and borrowing money. He's been doing it for 25 years. All right. Come on. Like I said, Trump Towers had Russian bank in it. Shh. And Trump was reckless, to say the least. Exactly. I like creating jobs and creating successful business. Nail tech will be good money. I believe the nail tech business will be great money. That's why Ring of Fire, SSN Lifestyle members are going to have a chance. And I think we're going to go with the handheld because that'll be the first one to go. And I put it at $3,800. I think that's what it's going to be USD, but $4,000 for the business opportunity. That's it, $4,000. So 10 people, $500. Oh, that's $5,000. So actually, 8 people at $500 can make that happen. That means, well, there's only 3 Founders Club members. So that, I doubt if, well, maybe they will put in $1,300 each. Then it's over. All right, just saying. I like creating jobs, creating successful business, and L-Tech will be good money. Vanessa Comagate, making things happen, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do it. If you're an entrepreneur, a long-time entrepreneur, you do what you do. All right, we're going to wrap this up. It's 3 hours. It's midnight here. Clock strikes. And hopefully you liked what we talked about tonight. We actually went into bear market survival secrets, and you guys got a whole lot more than that. Grants, loan information, real estate a little bit. Talked about at least 7 ways to deal with this bear market survival, how you can do it. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. This has been a great 3 hours. We found out that in Panorama, whoever owns in Panorama, we know it's not going to be immune to the lakes. I know Garden's going to do it. I know Luxury's going to do it. I know the other Panorama is going to do it too. They're all going to be 7%. I've been trying to reach out and get in touch with them guys anyhow. So it's interesting that they got in touch with her. They haven't gotten in touch with me yet on my gardens, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Yep. It is 4K. I'm ordering mine next week. There we go. Good show. Happy to share with my SSN fam. Yes. Thank you so much, Vanessa Comagate. This helps out people because they didn't even know it's around. I didn't realize the SSBCI had that amount in there, nor was it around. So that's cool. And I didn't know it was by the states and it was parsed out. So I figured it was already done because it was like a year and a half ago. But this is good news. This gives people a level playing field potentially. Love you, sis. Exactly. So thank you so much for that. and the great information tonight by everybody. Thank you so much for your contributions. But again, please smash the like button if you like what we're talking about. Smash the all notification bell. Subscribe, please. We're reaching 14,000. Please share the videos because this could help people. From just like this one video tonight, people are sitting there like, wait a minute, I'm in Hawaii, I'm in Michigan, I'm in Washington, D.C. Where's this SSBCI loan? Shit, grants. Hold on a minute. All right. Some of you right now are sitting there like, hold on, let me go check it out. That's pretty cool. Okay. There we go. Nothing but love from the heart. Vanessa Comagate dropping gems. Wilson Koo dropping gems. Marrero dropping gems. Elizabeth Gonzalez dropping gems. Diesel Mike dropping gems. Mr. Financial dropping gems. Wilson Koo dropping gems. Professor Auntie Val dropping gems. Everybody's dropping gems in here, ladies and gentlemen. That should tell you something. There's a way around it. Bear market survival secrets. You got them. Now go make it happen. And with all that said, keep your head up. But that's too early. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, and that's why we have to keep going, ladies and gentlemen, because there is no end game in sight. You can't predict what the end game is going to be. United States is like the Roman Empire. Remember, the Roman Empire fell. We are the Roman Empire. If you go by all traditional history, every move they've made in Roman Empire by expanding their territories, by making it thin where they could only cover and protect, and then they started having to tax people till they had no more money, no more food to grow. All of a sudden, you have to have infighting. And then, of course, your enemies get to come and take up the scraps. We are the Roman Empire, the USA, and unless some things change, you're going to have to figure out where you're going to be. I'm not saying something's going to happen in the next 10 years, 5 years, but when economies fail, you never know what's going to happen. All right? Now, with all that said, now's the time, because I have to find the outro, but keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.